You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another on-demand episode, this time around courtesy of Bruce from Pittsburg. Our very own TBV Appreciation Night attendee has gone into his pocket and decided that pound for pound was a subject that we had to discuss, and here we are. So, as a special treat and a courtesy bonus back to Bruce, we decided to have some guests to help us with this topic. Really, I mean, if we're not experts enough and our callers who are super educated aren't experts enough for you, we decided to, at 7:30, have Ronnie Shields. Now, you all know that he's trained the likes of Mike Tyson, both Charlo brothers, Arthur Spielka. The list goes on and on and on. And then we're going to have none other than Abel Sanchez himself. He actually has a current pound-for-pound fighter in his stable. So why not get these guys on? And if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and hit that thumbs up button if you're watching us on, YouTube, or if you're on, Blog Talk.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him, actually, he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was toughing and taking those punches.
TBV Production.
Making woman gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode, and today we're going to be talking pound for pound boxing. So we're going to ask ourselves, our listeners, a couple of class, world-renowned trainers, Hall of Fame trainers. Where'd this list come from? How do you even get on it, Wingy? I mean, what merits a fighter to become pound for pound? Let's head over across the pond all the way to London, England, to talk with none other than Dan Wingy.
But is this a little bit wingy? Wingy.
Value flat out here. What's the problem? Got in trouble. It's stopped. Value's done it.
And a big shout out to Wingy as well. Real hardcore.
I like Wingy.
He's just the biggest boxing that I've ever met.
Came to London looking for static. Let's go, champ. Have a good day.
We're back at it again. First of all, Nestor, thank you for the introduction. But I'm in Leicester, mate. Chat shit, get banged. With regards to the pound for pound, this is literally my worst subject. But Bruce, mate, I've got my relentless and I'm going to delve into it. What is pound for pound? Is it your opinion? Is it if weights were eliminated? What is it? I don't know. All I know is Dave Allen's probably at the top, the White Rhino. Go on, Ness.
At the top of which list?
don't. I'm just joking. Crack on, brother.
The opposite of pound for pound. But, I mean, let's get into it. It's a really difficult subject. It's obviously one that is subjective. I'm going to ask that my co-hosts do us the gracious, be so gracious as to read what Wikipedia has down for pound, because it's a pretty general yet accurate definition. But when you get into the classification of said fighter in this list, that's where it can get a bit, I guess, subjective. So as he pulls that up, we just want to direct you to our topics at hand. There are a few. What is pound for pound? That's something that we all would like to know. What merits a fighter to become pound for pound status? Is it the quality of his opposition? Is it how he dominated that opposition, a la Terrence Crawford, Victor Postal, right? Or is it simply just a gimmick, Wingy? I mean, is it something to make a promotional tool that promoters themselves use to prop their fighters a bit higher, put them on certain pedestals that maybe they garner a little more popularity. Because again, in the Wikipedia, it says even fame is a factor in pound for pound. So if it's not skill and resume and all of a sudden it matters about good looks, well, Canelo's never getting off of there.
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, let me let's read this pound for pound. Nes tried to give me a slight jab there, but I'm on it. A little bit of a Floyd. What? I've got it. Pound for pound is a term used in combat sports such as boxing or mixed martial arts to reflect an assessment as to who the better fighters are, regardless of size, i.e., regardless of weight class. As these fighters do not compete directly, judging the best fighter pound for pound is subjective and ratings vary. They may be based on a range of criteria, including quality of opposition, factors such as how exciting a fighter is or how famous they are, or all of these could be an attempt to determine who would win if all those ranked were the same size. In boxing, the term was historically associated with fighters such as Benny Leonard and Sugar Ray Robinson, who are widely considered to be the most skilled fighters of their day, to distinguish them from the more generally sort of popular heavyweight fighters. Since 1990, the Ring magazine has maintained a pound for pound rank of fighters. ESPN.com has a list of mixed martial arts. In December 2013, Ronda Rousey became the first woman to appear in top 10 mixed gender major publication. As you can see, right, reading that out, even though I haven't got...
I can't believe my co-host decided to read some MMA garbage, knowing that was some straight politics that lady got onto any pound for pound list.
Okay, well, you hit me with the side. I haven't even got my glasses, Nez, but I rocked it. Reading that there is why I don't do pound for pound. Because if Wikipedia, which is generally pretty good, generally pretty research, even they're not sure. If somebody was to say to me, what is pound for pound? I would say, as I said at the beginning, it's not something that I use, but I know it's generally associated if you could take weight out of the equation. The only thing for me is, if you take weight out of the equation, the fighters themselves would be different fighters. So, for example, if Tyson Fury wasn't heavyweight and he was like bantamweight, it'd be a totally different fighter. If Vladimir Klitschko's weight wasn't an issue, he'd be a different fighter. It's ridiculous. However, it's a tough subject. Bruce has brought it up, so we're going to discuss it.
It's one that's subjective, and this is why I wanted you to bring up, the Wikipedia. But another reason why I felt that Ronnie Shields and Abel Sanchez, again, two world-class, world-renowned trainers, but they've been around for a long time. They probably have seen more than we can imagine. So hopefully they can shed some light. They can educate us all and give us a better understanding on it. But, just going over the quick topics between you and I, your thoughts, give me, what is pound for pound in your opinion? Not based off what you read, but based off what you have picked up along the way, I guess, in the boxing community and things like that.
Yeah, literally what I said. Pound for pound, somebody was to say to me, let's say we hadn't even done this show, Wingy, out the blue, I'm down the pub, chilling, someone says, Wingy, what's pound for pound mean in boxing? I'd say it means if you could eliminate the weight classes, who would be the better fighter? Now, people may come back to me and say that's wrong. There's no definition for it, but that's what I would say. What about you, Nes?
I would say that you're probably right. It's the simplest definition, the one that we hear the most, right? They always say, well, if said fighter, if weight wasn't an option, but you're right. In your last question about what about Tyson Fury? I mean, he already doesn't have power at heavyweight. Imagine him shrunk down to the size of a Lee Selby or a Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, what would it really mean? Would he still be as good as he is? Isn't the fact that he's dominant his height, his reach? So if you take that away and you put him in a division where he doesn't have
exactly
that, he's still good. Again, why this pound for pound thing is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Exactly. I agree with you. But it's good because the fact that this was raised as an on-demand show has made me actually sit and think. And those of you who follow my stuff actually know that I've never ever done pound for pound in all my years on YouTube. For the first time ever for you, Bruce, there is a Wingy top 10 pound for pound.
Well, wow, you went top 10, huh? I'm gonna go with top 5. Makes it a little bit easier. Top 10 is just so much room for debate. I got a bunch of social media requests or messages rather asking how were we doing it. And I think 5 is good. I mean, you can definitely do your top 10 because I know you're looking for a way to squeeze Kelbrook in there. But, I'll stick with the top 5. And because it's pound for pound, I don't think it's that difficult. I should have given it more time, but, a lot of preparing for this show in advance. But I think that saying who's better regardless of size is a really poor way of judging or assessing someone's skill, would you say?
Yeah, because you hit the nail on the head with regards to if somebody's shrunk down to a different weight, it changes the whole dynamic. So, for example, Tyson Fury is the fighter he is because of the size that he is. If you say eliminate his size, then it changes the whole complete dynamic of him as a fighter. Even it's a strange thing. And then obviously, if you're going to take into account wins, resume, does that come into pound for pound? The Wikipedia we just read out did they mention resume? I can't remember if they did or not. But what about resume? What about somebody like?
I think they mentioned resume by using the word opposition.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Are we bringing opposition into it? But what about somebody like Golovkin? Golovkin hasn't fought the elite level opposition yet. So if he hasn't fought that opposition, do we put him on the pound for pound list? It's really, really bizarre. But hopefully, with the callers who have got a hell of a lot of boxing knowledge, we will get to the bottom of this in some kind of way and have some kind of clearer identity. And obviously with the 2 special guests of what pound for pound is.
Now, Wingy, I don't know if you know, but the Ring magazine has already said that Carl Frampton cracked the pound for pound. Just like we said here on this show Sunday night, it was posed as one of the questions. Does that make him pound for pound a win? And people agreed, some didn't, but obviously the Ring agreed.
I'd like to know the criteria. I mean, I wouldn't really argue against it, but I mean, what's the criteria? Are they going on his potential? Are they going on his 2 wins, Scott Quigg, Leo Santa Cruz? For example, me personally, I didn't rate Leo Santa Cruz that highly, which is what I was saying in the build-up, and it turned out to be the case. So the Leo Santa Cruz win, even though Leo Santa Cruz got, he's a good fighter, but I didn't rate him that highly. So for me, a win over him may not put him in a pound for pound. But let's say, for example, if we go to Gennady Golovkin, not many people rated David Lemieux, but I did. I actually rated him. Yeah, he got hit, but he's a great offensive fighter. So to me, that could bump up Gennady, but people might say Lemieux's rubbish. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just an opinion. It's about taste. It's too general.
It sure is, man. It's so subjective. It's one of those arguments or one of those topics that immediately becomes an argument.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
Now you look at these guys. Most of these are currently in there. Ray Robinson is in there because according to history, and that's why we want to get these trainers on, the pound for pound term was coined because of Sugar Ray Robinson, because he was so good. You mentioned another mate, as you say. What was it? Bernard Leonard or something like that? Benny Leonard, right?
Well, yeah, that was on the wiki, yeah.
Yeah, that was another guy, but I never heard of him till today. But the point is, it was invented because of Robinson and his dominance. So I guess in our generation, they would have made it regardless because of both, I guess, Latimer and Floyd. Floyd obviously got more attention because of his popularity, which is one of the criteria, right? It's just funny because, again, a guy like Carl Frampton is now in there. And look, I made the graphic for today, right? And unfortunately, I forgot Ward. I forgot Ward. like, yo, what have you done for me lately? I mean, he wasn't on my mind, and like he's fighting Alexander Brand. I mean, and again, like, how do you remove a person from the pound for pound? Like, are we still keeping him in there because of what he did 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago? Or who knows how long ago? Like, how does this thing really work is my question.
It's a difficult thing, and you've got somebody who doesn't subscribe to the overall concept of pound for pound. So it's going to be difficult for me to engage in discourse with you on this, my brother, but I will try my best. As I said, I've got my list. I've got my opinions. What's up next? Have you got quality of opposition and dominance of opposition?
Yeah, we kind of skimmed through that, but I mean, that is self-explanatory. It's got to be, you got to be doing what Triple G did to Lemieux, what Terrence Crawford did to Postal. When you're quote unquote evenly matched, if you want to show your pound for pound pedigree, definitely separate yourself.
But I've got a quick question. If we're going by the standard definition, Wikipedia, then we're talking about fame, aren't we? So fame has to come into that equation. Terrence Crawford, to us hardcores, he's known. He's not massively known yet on a famous level. I believe the numbers would reflect that. So do we knock him down, even take him out? If we're going by the general definition on Wikipedia, do we take out Terrence Crawford?
Well,
what?
I think it's more of, you know, like checking the boxes, right? So it's like popularity, he doesn't get that check, but dominance of opposition, he gets that check. Quality of opposition, it's subjective. It could be argued, right? I mean, I argued it before the Postal win that a lot of his guys were brought up and first time fighting in that division when they faced him. But some will say, no, he's got a great resume, or Triple G has a great resume. So quality of opposition, dominance of opposition, you know, who would be better? Again, you debunk that, right? Like Fury, he loses his size. It doesn't matter. But then again, you think you give Triple G more size and he's like a heavyweight machine.
Can I bring in the word which I haven't now said since my first show, but I'm going to bring it back 14 shows in? What about the eye test? Sorry, people, I had to do it. Does that come into the pound for pound? Because I've got a couple of fighters in there who don't have much on the opposition, really, who don't really have much on the fame, but with the eye test, they've managed to get into my pound for pound, if that makes sense. As in looking at their skill-wise. Can that be included, Nez? Or would you discount the eye test?
No, absolutely not. The eye test is definitely in there, but unfortunately, it's something that we use. Like you've seen, you know, Wiki or nothing that I can find uses that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Just
but you know, a well-respected rankings guy that I contacted, you know, he said resume first and eye test second. But both is how he, you know, I guess gauges them. But,
yeah.
But they're both, right? He just holds resume. Obviously, I was cheering like a cheerleader after I heard that. Like, yeah, you know, resume. Give me your you know what I mean? I wanted you know. I
hear that. I mean, even when we had the debate, I did say you do have to use both in unison, and it just depends. I mean, I'm confident in my assessment in what I see in fighters, and most of the time it turns out to be right with regards to if I've got an eye for somebody. So I'm confident in my own. But do you get what I'm trying to say? But I don't know. With regards to this, Bruce, you've picked a great topic. It's got me thinking.
Definitely one that's gonna have everyone arguing.
I can see it already. I mean, you know, you've already assumed I've got Kelbrick in there. Have I? Haven't I? Where is he? Could be number one. Who knows?
And are we talking pound for pound all-time great? I mean, because again, the list was created for Sugar Ray Robinson, and then a guy like Floyd Mayweather could never truly get the credit he deserved because, you know, the boxing hipsters, the quote unquote experts, right? The guys that they fart and dust comes out, right? They're saying Sugar Ray Robinson is still pound for pound great. Mayweather cannot be number one.
Right. So if you're talking Muhammad Ali, I've got you on a few things. All right. I'm all right with Muhammad Ali. Sugar Ray Robinson is before my era. I've seen a few of his fights, but I'm not going to come on here and lie and front. To me, before I could call Sugar Ray Robinson the best, I'd have to take in opinions from people more superior than me with regards to boxing knowledge and take that into account. But you know how I am, Nez. I like to see everything for myself. As I was saying about Roma Gonzalez, which we'll get onto later, I want to see everything and analyze everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So the whole Sugar Ray Robinson thing, I'll concede to those with superior knowledge, those who've actually been there at the fights. How many is that? How many's actually seen it? Not many. Most people are just sheep with regards to that, in my opinion. But we shall see. We shall see. It's a big debate. I mean, what was it? Floyd himself was saying, which I don't agree with, but you know, these fighters have got so many losses on their records. Where do you put them? Then you have to gauge that up with the opposition. I know Sugar Ray Robinson, I believe, somebody, history guys, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't have the greatest reign at middleweight, I believe, and then he had quite a few losses. Do you take that into account? But then he's beaten loads of opposition. He's fought the best at the time in his era. Oh God, it's so difficult. And also, you chucked into the equation, are we talking all-time pound for pound? I didn't even think about that. As soon as you said that, now I'm thinking, shit, I've only thought of current pound for pound. What is this definition? I don't know. Pound for pound.
It's so difficult for me. I think I'm going to let you go ahead and roll yours out before. Do you want to roll? We got 8 minutes. 8 minutes is a long time on radio, and Ronnie Shields won't be here until those 8 minutes. You can roll your list out, or you can wait for Shields. We can get to some callers. We have some callers quoting to be making caller history with their arguments. As if it was a coincidence, right? Or you wouldn't have guessed it. Matter of fact, let me let you guess, right? Who would you say is going to call in to debate that Gennady Golovkin is #1 pound for pound?
I would say AB, and to counter that would be the doctor.
That was definitely a good guess. It was, because AB, he might as well be
Boxing MD.
Boxing MD.
Aha.
Boxing MD. So what do you want to do? I left the ball in your court.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually going to wait. I've got my list, but I'll say now, I have no basis for this list. I can't even really argue it. It's literally how I feel. Somebody might say, you put that fighter in there, but they've got no fights, blah, blah, blah. It's just how I feel. It's pretty sporadic. But let's see what the callers have got to say, and then I'll drop my list at some point in the show.
All right. Well, that call-in number is 1-425-569-5241.
Call me now.
Remember to press 1 if you want to speak to the host. Let's go ahead and make caller history. Are you nervous?
Oh, are you going to me?
I mean, you're the only one said you're going to make caller history.
Okay, before I make my argument for Triple G as #1, you need to separate two. Well, first off, what is a pound for pound list? A pound for pound list is designed so you could have someone like Roman Gonzalez, who weighs 100 less pounds than someone like Ashley Graham, right? To make him marketable to the casual fans, because he's fighting other guys that weigh 108 pounds or whatever the fuck he weighs. 100 and what is he at right now?
112?
13 pounds. 112 pounds.
Yeah.
So it makes him relevant because these guys are so small that to the casual fan, it's like, who are these midgets fighting each other? I hate to sound like so mean, but like that's just how it is. So someone like HBO could be like, he's the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, instead of saying he's the #1 112 pound fighter in the world, because people are like, these guys are so small. So it brings like relativity, because obviously someone like Tyson Fury, or not Tyson Fury, because he just whatever, I'll bring that up later. But you know, heavyweights, they bring more attention because people aren't going to watch on TV and say, oh, I could beat that guy's ass, because they know they can't. So sometimes they pretend they could beat up a little guy. So that's what the pound for pound list is. It's a marketing ploy. But I think there's a difference between where you rate someone all time historically and what we're talking about, which is the current pound per pound list.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So Manny Pacquiao is much higher than most fighters that are currently boxing all time, because of his resume, because of what he has done. So current pound for pound list is right now, where do they stand, right? So really, it's how they look against their current opposition. That's the simplest way. How they look against their current opposition, right? So people are saying, why does Terrence Crawford's win look so much better than Carl Frampton's win? Because Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz, even though I had Carl Frampton winning pretty clearly, they looked like they belonged in the same ring together. Whereas Terrence Crawford made Victor Postal look like they don't even belong in the same ring. So obviously we could look at Terrence Crawford's win more favorably if we're relating that to the pound for pound list. Does that make sense?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Having said that, the fact that the only other guy that I argue could be the number one pound for pound list is currently fighting at 175 pounds. He's the only threat to Golovkin. Let's be honest here, that nobody at 160 or even 168, even you, Ness, wouldn't favor. You could lie, but you wouldn't favor. The only guy that people say, oh man, Golovkin hasn't fought anybody, he needs to fight Andre Ward, who a lot of people have number one pound for pound, is the only threat to a 160 pounder. People could lie to themselves, but the guy is the number one pound for pound boxer on earth. Counter that, please. Or some like I really don't even understand a counter argument to that.
Well,
but what have you presented to say he is? You've said people can lie to themselves. If somebody disagrees, obviously it's not a lie. I actually have Golovkin in my list, but not at number one.
Wingy,
yes, sir.
When people go, Golovkin hasn't fought anybody, he should have fought Andre Ward. Isn't that the most common name that's brought up? Am I not correct? At least on the show.
Right. Okay.
So where's Andre Ward fighting at right now?
175, sir.
And how high do a lot of people have Andre Ward on the pound for pound list?
I don't know. I've looked at some lists today, and he's like number 4, number 5. So
right. So the fact that somebody clearly in the top 5 pound for pound is the only threat to somebody 2 divisions below him says a lot about Golovkin. That's just my argument.
Golovkin's great. I think he's great, but
no, but that's why I think he's the number one pound for pound fighter, because you saying the only threat to him is somebody 2 weight classes above him. I mean, what other fighter is in that same category? And don't tell me that the 160 pound division is shit and the 168 pound division is amazing, because we saw your brethren of UK, oh my God, Brandon, who's not Kell Brook. God, 168 pounder, gold medalist.
James DeGale.
James DeGale. You compare what they look like in the ring, James DeGale to me is a much more flawed fighter and beatable than Golovkin. And I would definitely favor Golovkin over James DeGale. And I know you're biased, and you might.
No, but hold on. Don't just you chuck out a lot of things, like you say. For example, if somebody disagrees, you're lying to yourself, and you just thrown out and said, you know that I'm biased. I have a leaning towards certain. Sorry, go on, brother.
I'm prefacing, if you think Andre Ward is the only threat to Golovkin, I'm prefacing it this way. If you think that Andre Ward is the only threat to Golovkin, when you say he needs to fight somebody, fight Andre Ward, you're prefacing that based on the fact that the guy that most people have in the top 5 pound for pound, who fights 2 weight classes above him, is his only threat. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
But if you're saying the only threat to Golovkin is Andre Ward, if we're talking about the pound for pound list overall, we're talking about heavyweights. Obviously, Vladimir Klitschko's a threat to Golovkin. If we're talking about pound for pound list overall, isn't he?
How he looks currently, right? Vladimir Klitschko, you could argue that. And he lost his last fight against Tyson Fury, though, who tested positive. So that's a big question mark. I actually had Vladimir 1 or 2 pound for pound before he lost to Klitschko, because he was fighting the number 1 guy over and over and over again.
Sorry to interrupt, but we do have our first guest, world-renowned trainer Ronnie Shields, on the line with Monster Peace at the moment. So we have to get to him so that we can be educated. Ronnie, are you there?
Sam, how you doing?
We're good, and we're happy to have you. Thank you so much. This is obviously a topic that our listeners call in live, and you know, this is something that gets debated on message boards and on forums. pound for pound. So we want to know, obviously, you being, a trainer that's trained the likes of Mike Tyson and just about everybody, Arthur Spielka to the Charlos, right? When did this first happen? Where did pound for pound come from?
You know what, man? I was thinking about that, and the first I've heard of pound for pound was when I was training Pernell Whitaker, and he was pound for pound the #1 fighter in the world, and it just, I don't know, it just originated, man. People just start talking about who was the best fighter out there. I remember, when it came up, they did a poll, and Pernell Whitaker's name was at the top. So, and it's because of all the guys he was fighting, fight after fight after fight. You have to fight the best guys out there to even just be considered to be one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. And, but you could easily name a lot of people, because back then, in the 90s, man, everybody was fighting everybody. So, and all the best was by fighting the best. So, but Pernell Whitaker at that time, he was pound for pound the best fighter in the world.
Now, when I did some, obviously, internet research, the first thing I could come up with was that pound for pound was coined for Sugar Ray Robinson, and because of his dominance. Is that something that you might have heard, and is it something that you can agree on?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I heard that too. I can agree with that because, with Sugar Ray Robinson, man, this was a guy who fought everybody. He fought the best fighters in the world. I think that's where it has to come from. You fighting the best fighters in the world, and then moving up in weight class and doing the same thing, fighting the best guys, not avoiding anybody. When you go back and look at the record of a lot of fighters, you saw fight after fight after fight after fight. They fought the best guys that was out there. So, I think that's how it originated.
Ronnie, I've got a quick question if I can ask. First of all, thanks for coming on the show, brother. Should pound for pound only sort of be assessed once the fighter sort of has retired? Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of their career, can we do a pound for pound list with current fighters, or should it be once history has judged them, if you see what I mean?
No, I think it has to be done with current fighters because this could be really debatable if you wait until, their career is done. Because everybody could make the claim, hey, I fought the best guys in my era.
Yeah.
But I think you have to do it now. Because if you go back, right? If you go back, like Ali's era, Ali fought all of the top guys at that era, right? So, and if you switch to the late 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't that many fighters who could say they had that many great fighters in the same weight division.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to, I think you have to do it today and not when the career is over with. Otherwise, Muhammad Ali would always be at the top because, in his era, he had so many of the top heavyweights and he fought them all. So, and I don't think nobody can ever surpass that.
Interesting. Thank you. Nez?
Now, Ronnie, the way that we compile our rankings here at TBV is the level of opposition. We also consider the level of the performance. Resume, obviously, is something that is equal to the eye test. Can you give us any other things that maybe we should throw into that list when considering who deserves this status of pound for pound?
Well, this is a hard thing. And I think because we here in America don't bet on the world. We really fully don't. Because, Russia obviously has a lot of great fighters. The Ukraine and I mean, there's good fighters all over the world that we don't even get to see. And, you know, and even with the smaller guys, you know, we don't get to see all of the, most of the smaller guys are in Mexico. They don't get the, I don't think they get the credit that they deserve because we don't get to see them, you know, and it's just a hard, you know, I think it shouldn't even be a pound for pound because I don't know who vote, you know, who has the authority to say, to put a pound for pound list up anyway, you know, and I mean, what expert is out there to say, okay, we're going to just name this guy as pound for pound the best fighter in the world? You know, I mean, that's a hard thing because, you know, I think you have to fight guys that really are ranked in the top 2 or top 3 in their weight division. But at the same time, another guy, you know, he may not have those same good guys in his weight division, you know, and I have to bring up Floyd Mayweather, you know, because when Floyd came up and when he fought some good guys, but I don't think they was worthy of him being called pound for pound the best fighter in the world. I think the opposition was slight. You know, I really and truly do. To me, at that moment in time, I think it should have been Andre Ward because all you got to go and look at Andre Ward's record, and you see all the fighters that this guy fought. Oh my God! And to me, from that era, from Roy Jones until now, I mean, from Andre Ward, from when fought in 6 until now, I say Andre Ward fought anybody ever fought in the last 10 years.
Wow, that's interesting. So I like how you said you need to beat the 1 and 2 fighters, Ronnie, to be rated pound for pound. Because my next question was going to be, can somebody get into the pound for pound list going off of eye test alone? So, for example, a fighter like Vasyl Lomachenko has only had, 6-7 fights. Can you look at his skill and put him in the list? Or does he have to prove himself?
Well, I think with Lomachenko, you know, he's a hard guy to rate because he only has so many fights, but he's champion of the world already.
Yeah.
With maybe 8, you know, he became champion, like, you know, he became world champion. But still, look at the opposition that he's fought, you know, and I don't think you can rate him even in the top 20 of the pound for pound list because he haven't fought. I don't think he's fought the top guys out there, you know. Look, I like Salido, and Salido beat him. Then, you know, Salido moved up in weight, became champion again. You know, so, I mean, that's a statement. But then Lomachenko stays with it, and then he wins the title in 2 fights. So, you know, he's hard to rate because still he don't have enough fights because he haven't fought the top guys yet. You know, until he get in there with a guy like Guillermo Rigondeaux, you know, somebody like that who himself, you know, really hadn't fought the best guys out there. So, you know, everybody know that these guys are good fighters, and everybody has to agree to that. But at the same time, you got to look at the opposition. You know, they don't have names that's worthy of being considered in the top 10. So, pound for pound. So how can you say that these guys deserve to be in the top 10 if they haven't fought any 10 fighters?
Wow. So, Ronnie, I got a double-edged sword question here. Is Gennady Golovkin in your top 5 pound for pound?
Absolutely not. I don't think so. And again, it goes back to opposition. And that's a tricky statement, too, because, you know, you got to understand that I think he is the best in the world now.
The best in the world right now?
That's saying much because at middleweight.
Oh, at middleweight.
At middleweight.
Okay.
Yes, at middleweight. He's the best in the world at middleweight right now. That's my point. But again, you have to look at the guys he's fought. he fought somebody that's worthy of, I think, that's worthy of, of being even close to the top 100 in the world. Just because a guy gets ranked to be number one in the world, and then all of a sudden he's a mandatory, and Triple G knocked him out, that don't mean that fighter was worthy of being considered that, okay, Triple G knocked a top guy out, because I don't think so. I just don't believe that. But it's not to say that he's not trying. He's trying to fight the best guys out there, but it's just these guys, nobody wants to fight him. And until he beats a known name, then you can't consider him even in the top 10 pound for pound, because it's just not there.
But Ronnie,
the opponents are not there.
Ronnie, what about the notion that the boxing hipsters have, that they say, well, Triple G, his only real threat is Andre Ward and Tyson Fury, who are, I don't know. It depends if you're going to put Tyson Fury on there because he beat Vladimir Klitschko, right? So it's like, oh, only a heavyweight and a light heavyweight are his real threats. Who else on the pound for pound list is a threat for Triple G? According to the hipsters anyway. I just want you to debunk it for them.
Right. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, the hipsters got to understand that, just because a guy is undefeated in his division, you got to look at the opposition. Opposition is everything. You can't even be considered anything until you do something in your career. Like, look at the opponents that he fought. Look at the opponents that they fought. That's how you tell how good these fighters really are. And when you look at their records, you don't know anybody that's on there. So how can you call him to be somebody if he beats, Joe Blow? He beat a Joe Blow. He didn't beat a contender. You know what I'm saying? He didn't beat somebody that was already. And, you got to understand, I'm not blaming Triple G because it's not his fault that right now the middleweight division is soft. It really is soft. And it used to be one of the best divisions ever. If you had the middleweight title, you was considered a pound for pound fighter because you ruled the middleweight division. But obviously, nobody's there, really. Look, you got Danny Jacobs, but he haven't fought Triple G yet. So, and you still have a few names there, but still they haven't fought yet. And until that happens, you can't put Triple G in the mix as a pound for pound fighter.
Wow. Okay. I do have to ask you, Ronnie. Once Kell Brook goes in there and destroys Triple G, would that put Kell Brook as a number one pound for pound? You like that one, brother? I'm not biased at all, Ronnie.
Well, look, let me tell you something. At any point, any time, anybody can win. Things happen in the sport of boxing, and any things happen. Look, I think because of Kell Brook's style, he has a good opportunity to make a good showing. But really and truly, I still think he's too small. Here's a guy who's a welterweight. He's a welterweight champion of the world. You're skipping not one division, you're skipping two divisions to go up to middleweight to fight for the middleweight championship of the world. Okay? Now, go back in time. It has been done. So all that's going to do is show you what kind of fighter Triple G really is.
I agree. I do have to apologize.
Yeah.
So I do have to apologize. I've hijacked the topic. Nez, back to you, brother.
No, it's fine. Listen, Ronnie, this is the last question. I don't want to take too much of your time. We truly appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah, thank you.
Dropping some knowledge. But since we're talking Triple G, and this is the most hardcore. I know you're on other shows, believe me, but this is the most hardcore show there is out there. And I don't want to pat my back, but
100%.
Yeah, but anyway, people are already saying Oh, well, Ronnie only doesn't want Triple G in the pound for pound list because he trains Islandri Laura, who's been calling out Triple G for 2 years. So obviously you're not going to have anything nice to say about Triple G, is what they're already saying in the chat. It's not me.
If that was the case, it should be the opposite. Because if that was the case, I would be, if I think my guy was going to fight Triple G, I'll be building him up as the best fighter I've ever seen in the world. I would be building him up, not, you know, I'm not taking anything away from Triple G because I think Triple G is a really good fighter. But the thing is, he just doesn't have the opposition to say he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And that's what I'm saying. And even if it was to fight my guy, Alexander Lara, who, by the way, is a smaller guy, who would be going up one division, that's still, if he was to beat Alexander Lara, that still wouldn't, you know, Lara is a good step for him as getting a good name on his resume, but still, Lara isn't even a middleweight yet. So, you know, that's a smaller guy. So, and that's the same thing. If he beat Kell Brook and knock him out, what are people going to say? Oh, man, this guy was 2 divisions lighter. That doesn't do anything for him. But it does the world for Kell Brook if he was to upset Triple G. It does the world for him. Because now he not only beat who people think is the best middleweight in the world, he went up 2 divisions to do it. So that's an automatic bounce to the top pound for pound list in the world. He gonna get a big boost if he wins. And I'm behind that.
All right, the last one I got to ask is, oh, well, Ronnie, you know that Laura brings nothing. He's not a draw. He's not a name. Nobody knows him. He lost to Canelo, you know.
Well, he didn't lose to Canelo. That's the fact. That's the true fact. He didn't lose to Canelo. The thing about it is, they say, okay, so what does Kell Brook bring to the table? What did the last 5 guys Triple G knocked out, what did they bring to the table? They brought nothing to the table. The reason they won't fight Lara is because Lara is known to make everybody look bad. And that's what they don't need in their lives now, because they are talking pound for pound top 10 fighters. You know, if you're a pound for pound top 10 fighter, you're supposed to look great every fight. Against a guy like Alexander Lara, that ain't gonna happen because he gonna make you look bad. Look, he made Canelo look like an amateur, swinging and turning around and making him miss, and you know, and there's nowhere in the world Alexander lost that fight. What they're scared of is how Lara is gonna make him look, and that's the only reason why they went to fight Alexander Lara.
Hey, Ronnie, before you get out of here, I want to ask, I've been hearing a lot of Darwin Price. What's next for him? Is that somebody we should be paying attention to?
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's a young fighter, you know. Darwin is like 9-0 now, so he's still got a little ways to go. But, you know, as an up-and-comer, absolutely. You should be looking at Darwin, but you'll be able to see him on NBCSN on September the 3rd.
All right. Well, Ronnie, thank you again for coming on. We truly appreciate you giving us the time. Wingy, if you want to say any last words.
I just want to say, Ronnie, I do like Sandy Lara, but I feel after Kell Brook does the business on Triple G, he might come down to 154, baby. So just be careful about that Brook fight.
Whatever, please. Laura will handle Brook.
Anytime Brook wants it, he can get it.
And by the way, Ronnie, what Brook brings is obviously
you're just a phone call away.
I'll tell him.
Ronnie, by the way, what Brook brings obviously is the UK pay-per-view. That's why it's happening over there, and it's on pay-per-view out there.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I think for about maybe 4, 5, 6 rounds, it'll be a good fight.
Fair enough.
Unless if Kell Brook get lucky, hey, it's gonna take a hell of a lot of luck for him to win this fight. But if he gets lucky and win, he's gonna definitely be in the top 5 pound for pound list. Because he deserves it, going up 2 weight divisions to beat the middleweight champion who everybody is high upon. And hey, he'll get my vote.
I do have to say, Ronnie, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm a big fan of Erislandy Lara, and you're doing good work with him. So credit to you, man. I'm done. Thank you.
Ronnie, thanpiece again. Masterpiece, thank you for
man.
everything.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. All right,
You
ladies
guys
and
are
gentlemen.
welcome. Thank you so much, Ronnie.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
All right.
Have a good night.
Well, there you have it. World-renowned trainer Ronnie Shields trained everybody.
Can we get a like for that, people? Come on.
Whitaker, imagine if Terrence Crawford could get a little bit of, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of advice from Ronnie or Pernell with that style, right? That's what I told. First thing I text Wingy late night after the Postal Crawford fight was, damn, the new Pernell Whitaker. He was like, man, nobody's going to know what you're talking about. I'm like, shit, I'm showing my age? Am I old already? But
I love Pernell, but I just didn't think
at least Ronnie knew who he was. All right, so that's it. We're done. We got another one coming in 9 minutes. We're going to get to some phone calls. I'm not even going to go to the Skype because all those guys last long. You know what? I'm going to go to Blackface.
Good evening to everyone listening in the past, present, or future. Where's Casual? Is Casual here?
He is not running behind.
Oh, right. I was gonna say, should be everyone that calls in should give their top 5 pound for pound, and then he notes down who says what, and then you rank them up and see who pops up the most, and then you have a definitive answer of who's.
That's what I suggested. That's what I suggested.
Don't you worry about it, buddy. We're gonna do that right now as we speak. Lucky for you, the studio is equipped with all things necessary.
Okay. Well, let me get my call in. While I determine this.
Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to time this shit because if you're gonna get a call and a top 5, shit, we're gonna be here too long.
All right. Well, I'll make it as quick as I can. To get into my top 5 pound for pound, it comes to a various amounts of, attributes. I think skills is one. People like Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, they show tremendous skills in the ring. You can have a resume. Your resume, which would be people like Danny Garcia and Canelo Alvarez. You can have popularity, which I don't really like, people such as Oscar De La Hoya and Arturo Gatti. You can also, what I like to have on my list is how difficult you are to beat. I think that's a big one as well. People like Vitaly Klitschko, and I'm reluctant to say Tyson Fury, they seem like, Vitaly was difficult to beat, and Tyson Fury doing what he did to Vlad, he's difficult to beat as well. You can have your kill-death ratio. That's based on how long you basically going on your winning streaks and stuff. Floyd did that. That chocolate Nicaragua geezer's doing that as well. You can also have your total number of wins. I think Pac-Man and Vladimir Klitschko, I think they've got damn near 70 wins now, each one of them. So, that's another reason as well. Also, another big thing for me is going to other countries and fighting other fighters in other countries. That's the reason why you're making on people's lists as well. It's another reason why you're making on my list. But then again, my pound for pound list is constantly changing on a fight to fight basis. Some guys moved into the top 5 and some guys move out to the top 5. So for example, on the upcoming fights, Ward and Kovalev, that will determine my number 1 pound for pound guy. Both of them are currently in my pound for pound list, but that would, without question, as far as I'm concerned, that should be the number 1 pound for pound guy when them guys start fighting. That being said, I'll give you my list. My number 1 pound for pound guy on the list right now is Kovalev. Number 2 is Canelo. Number 3 is Thurman. Number 4 is Rigo. And number 5 is Ward. I'll go over it again. Number 1 is Kovalev. Number 2 is Canelo. Number 3 is Thurman. Number 4 is Rigo. Number 5 is Ward. My honorable mentions, GGG, Fury. Fury was my number 1, but he's been inactive. I don't like inactivity. As soon as you ain't fought in 6-7 months, you're out of my list as far as I'm concerned. Danny Garcia is another one. Manny Pacquiao is another one. And Vladimir Klitschko. And let me also just say, no fighter before my era I will put over another fighter. All this talk about Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Ray Robertson, as far as I'm concerned, Manny Pacquiao at 147 would murder Sugar Ray Leonard. Triple G would murder Marvin Hagler as well. Fucking Vladimir Klitschko would beat the brakes off Mike Tyson. There's no fighter that I would put in my era that I'll put over from a past era. I don't care what anyone wants to say. I've seen a couple of their fights. I've seen all these my era people's fights. I've seen them all their fights. And as far as I'm concerned, they're the best ever. This era is the best ever. Not the 80s, the 70s, 60s, 50s. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, my era is the best era. And anyone born in this era should put no fighter from previous eras in their list ever, as far as I'm concerned, ever.
Damn, you're going in, Blackface. You're going in.
Floyd Mayweather is #1 pound for pound, the best ever. No one can tell me otherwise. That's my call. Remember, there was a point in your life when your parents put you down as a baby and never picked you up again.
Yo, Blackface, I need 3 more fighters from you. Kovalev, Canelo, who else?
Who is it? Kovalev, Canelo, Thurman.
I like
Rigo,
that.
Rigondeaux, and Ward. The reason I put Rigo and Ward in there,
No. You should have said that later. Peace. Let me see.
What's up,
Loser, never ready. That's why I threw the L up. Now you're taking a timeout. And it got me doing your list. This BS. And we're gonna go back to MD. And I'm gonna put the guns out because I know that he's gonna attempt to somehow debate with the ghosts of Ronnie Shields' past. But you know, that's not what we're here for. Okay, so Mr. MD, we do need your 5.
Bitch about me, ranting. Listen, I respect Ronnie Shields.
I don't think you heard me. I mean, we're not doing that. It's not about Ronnie Shields. I just need your 5, or I can go to someone else. I mean, it's really simple.
Understand historical pound for pound and current pound for pound. That's all I have to say. But my list. You want my list, right?
Yes, we just need your 5.
GGG, Andre Ward. What did I write down? Who did I write down number 3? Kovalev. Rigondeaux, and Roman Gonzalez.
Oh my God, hipster alert! The first hipster to go with the hipster pick. I love it. Wingy, you're gonna hold off, right? Yeah. Make him wait. Hit the like button. You want to see Wingy's pound for pound because you know it's got Kelberg on it. You fucking know it does. Let's see. We're gonna go to Joey. He's been waiting patiently. The WBC champion. TBV Zone. Joey from Indiana. Joey, what's going on, brother?
Yo, man, I'm going to get to it, Ness, because you got to get to a lot of callers here. I'm going to go number 5, the Jackal, Carl Frampton.
Yeah, baby.
Saul Canelo Alvarez. Number 3, Keith, one-time Thurman. Number 2, the pick that is going to change the boxing voice forever, Anthony Joshua. And number 1, Terrence Bud Crawford. That's my pound for pound list.
Joey, you're the realist, brother. You're the realist. That's Nez crying. Cut it.
No way could you put that guy on.
Don't say no way. They can have their opinion, bro.
Did he just say? Who did he say? He said Crawford. What was that weird name that didn't belong there? Say that name again.
You saying Terrence don't?
No.
Terrence don't belong.
You
in
said
the top
Crawford.
5?
Who was before Crawford?
Oh, the man that's won 16 wins by 16 KOs.
Who's that?
Anthony Joshua.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you're talking the hardest shit.
Anthony J. I can't even believe you said that, man. Wow. All right, Joey, listen, I don't want to rush you, but I want to see everyone's list because then we want to come back. We want to come back. That's what we want to do. We want to come back and we want to, see what we got. We're going to do a live tally, all right? So if you want that live tally, hit that thumbs up button, share this, post it on your Facebook wall, post it in the boxing forum. Tell them you love it. Let's see if our co-host all the way in Jersey is got his shit together. He was in that New York City traffic.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused. Stay working my
I saw fight too. I saw the fight too.
Yes. Welcome back. Thank you, Wingy. Thank you, Ness, for the invitation. Who's the best pound for pound, right? I looked it up, and you probably already touched on this, but pound for pound is the resume for me. So I did a couple resumes because my main question is like, what is the eye test? Like, how do you say your eye test is correct? So, you know, it's just debatable in all angles, eye test and pound for pound list. But resume can't be debated because, you know, there's fighters in there that you're like, wow, he beat that guy. Like, for example, I know it's about this era or about the entire time of boxing, but in my research on the World Wide Web, I found that Lennox Lewis deserves to be in that pound for pound list because he did beat Klitschko, he did beat Mike Tyson, he did beat Evander Holyfield, and I think that era, those other names, those Galata and those other names, when I was watching boxing, that excited me, and I thought Mike Tyson would put it on him. I also thought Evander would put it on him, so he deserves a shot on there. Yeah, so the eye test, what exactly is the eye test? If somebody could help me out with that.
See, that's the interesting thing, Casual, because my list doesn't even have, I'm not talking about classic fighters on my list, but if you're right to do that, you can include that in pound for pound. So mine are just basically active fighters. If we were going to go back,
right?
What's that, Ness?
Current fighters.
Yeah, that's how I've got it.
All right,
But,
so I'm sorry to cut you short. Just want to get to everybody, right? So, Casual, you want to give your list now, or you holding out like Wingy?
I want to hold out just like Wingy because I got an interesting one. I got top 3 actually.
Like Wingy. Both of you guys holding out like girls. All right.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. What you gave yours?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So you're the girl too.
So cut it. Skirt.
I'm following your guys' lead, right? Let's get to some international. I don't want them to stay up late or too late, right? Nope, can't get to them right now. Let me see. That was by accident. Let me see here. We got 908. Maybe I mean.
You already know who this is, bro.
What's going on, brother?
Top 5. Let me get right to it. Andre Ward, Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley, Triple G, and Danny Garcia.
I mean, I have a question. Why?
Wait. I'm slow like that. Manny Pacquiao, who? I only got 2 names down. Shit.
Timothy Bradley.
Oh, Bradley.
Andre Ward.
Manny Pacquiao.
Timothy Bradley, Triple G, and Danny Garcia.
Oh, damn, Garcia. Wow.
That's a good pick. But I mean, Timothy Bradley, right? He might not be on my list, but I consider him high. What made you pick him? Eye test or resume? Because he does have a hell of a resume, if you ask me.
Eye test and a resume. I mean, that's made a very good point. He made a very good point on this show about Timothy Bradley's resume, and I've always rode the Timothy Bradley bandwagon, but he's given everybody their first loss. And he fought everybody. We might not like the win over Pacquiao, but he holds it, and he fights everybody. You know, even when he's not exactly, going with the best strategy. You know, he always finds a way to pull it out. To me, he deserves to be on that list.
Yo, what's an eye test though? Give me that. What's an eye test? The way he fights and wins, or what's
I mean, answer that in your head because obviously we got to compile the list. Casual, Mr. I come on late and want to take over.
I just want to know what an eye test is so I could compile my list.
You should have been doing that shit an hour ago.
I did, but I'm stuck. I'm like, eye test. I need to, you know.
So start listening to some of these callers and learn something because they just as smart. Watch this.
Remember me? I'm Stuart Little. I'm Stuart.
If I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo.
What's happening, guys? I think you messed up my soundbite then, did you?
I did by mistake. I touched the keyboard and I didn't even know that the letters.
He trying to mix.
Well, before.
Oh shit! Yeah, the letters are sound bites. Hot.
Yeah, before I get onto this pound thing, I'll just I'll second to what Casual Fan just said. I agreed with him. Lennox Lewis deserves to be in any all-time great list. If you look at his resume, he beat every man he came up against, and some very good names as well. I mean, this Lennox Lewis knocked out Shannon Briggs when Shannon Briggs was like a world-class fighter. You know, he's got Ruddock on his, Tyson, Holyfield. So he deserves to be mentioned in an all-time great list. But I want to get into this pay-per-view thing because I actually agree with Wingy and Ronnie. It's hard to it's hard to say who's the best pound for pound fighter without doing a proper point system where you get a certain amount of points for a certain win against a certain caliber of fighter. You know, if you're going to fight 40 bums, then you just get minimum points, like a point for a bum sort of thing. And if you fight a world class fight, it's like 20 points, whatever. But it has to be a system because each division is different. You've got stacked divisions where you've got world class fighters that are having to come up against other world class fighters, and it's, you know, and it's hard to be at the top in them divisions. You've got other divisions that you've got guys dominating. They're looking class, they're looking pound for pound, but are they any good when they come up with someone with a similar sort of ability? So I mean, and when you look at the pound for pound list, every one of them fighters, you can't say there's a real great name on it. Like probably Canelo, believe it or not, Canelo has probably got the best resume out of the lot of them when it comes to names. You know, Crawford hasn't got a massive name. I mean, Postal. I mean, really. I mean, GGG's not got a great name.
I'd go with that with Canelo. Sorry to interrupt. I just sorry to interrupt quickly. With regards to Canelo, as controversial as it is, I'd go with that. He's actually on my list.
And Stuart, dude, I need you to stick to the script. We need your 5, bro. We don't need a history lesson.
No, it's not about a history lesson. It's because it's hard for me to pick a pound for pound because none of these fighters deserve to be at the top. I mean, who's got the best win? None of them. I mean, Lomachenko's got great win, but not a fantastic win. What are you saying? He's pound for pound. Obviously, by the eye, he's up there. He's the goods. Same with Rigo. He's got a Donaire win. I mean, people want to put him at the top. So it's just a ridiculous list. But if I had to pick, I haven't written one down, but I would probably have to say, I mean, I don't really like these lists. I fucking think they're shit because they're not telling the true story. But if I was to have to pick, I'd probably say number 1, pound for pound, is probably I'd have to go with Golovkin just for his ferociousness and the way he gets rid of his opponents. Andre Ward's got to be in there, isn't he? I mean, whether you like Ward or not, he's a class operator. He's got great wins, gold medalist, so he has to be on there. Lomachenko for me, with the eye test, has to be on there because I just think he's the most talented fighter in boxing. I really do. I mean, Chocolatito, you've got to be putting these sort of guys around the list. So maybe he gets in there, and I've got one more spot, and I'd have to say Kovalev. But that's my list. But I've not really sat and written this list down because I don't believe in these pound for pound lists. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You know, I just think
that is exactly why we're having this show. We're going to compile a true pound for pound with our listeners, and now your picks will be included. And guys like Lomo probably won't make it because only hipsters put him in, right? So look at what the hipsters do. There's guys like Garcia that only have 1 mention, and guys like Bradley that only have 1 mention. But I don't think that Bradley is a hipster move. He has resume, right? But Lomo, I don't think we're gonna see enough Lomo and Chocolatico picks. Even though it'll be interesting to see Triple G Chocolatito. Just how far they get on our list based off HBO propaganda, right? They've told the world so much that these 2 guys are pound for pound. Are our listeners automatically just going to put them in there? So it's getting pretty packed so far.
I just got a very quick question. With regards to Timothy Bradley being on there, are you going to go on the official win, as in what's on the official records? Or are you going to go, if you're someone who thought Bradley lost, as a lot of people did, myself included, he's lost 3 times to Manny Pacquiao, if you take that into account. So are you using official records in pound for pound, as in what's on there, or are you using your own opinion on certain fights?
That is a perfect question to pose to our listeners, for real.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he will get enough votes to remain. That's why it's top 5, because anybody could come in here and say fucking Jack Frost deserves to be on here, but he won't make it at the end of the show. You know, it just won't have enough votes. Bradley might not because Robert Palmer, who we're going to next, has been doing rankings now for quite a long time. And he judges off the last 3 years, right? That's what he most takes into consideration. And I don't mind that, right? Because I'm more of what have you done for me lately, right? So if in terms of Bradley, again, he might not make it just because of the last 3 years. They've been kind of up and down. It's like you said, are you really giving him credit for what he did or what's on paper?
Yeah.
let's get out to Las Vegas. Robert Palmer, talk to us.
What's up, man? You good?
We're good, brother. We're good.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so my top five. Number 5, Tyson Fury. Number 4, Crawford. Number 3, Kovalev. Number 2, Pacquiao. Number 1, Hipster's Choice, Roman Gonzalez.
Very similar to my top 5.
Well,
Fury,
we know our stuff,
Fury,
Wingy. What can I say?
Fury, Crawford, Fury, Crawford, Kovalev, Gonzalez, Pacquiao. Robert Palmer.
No, Pacquiao.
Yeah, the
Pacquiao's
order.
number 2, Gonzalez is
Yeah.
number 1.
Yeah, the order really doesn't matter. I mean, it matters for whoever's listening and wants to know specifically your order. But the order, again, that's going to be compiled based on the amount of votes. All right.
Shouldn't the number 1 get more, say, like points than number 5? Because somebody could be number 5 on everyone's list, and somebody could be number 2 on everyone's list, and they're considered the same.
Shit, man, you want to make it very difficult. You're talking about a part 2 to this show just to give out the results, man.
I'm just saying, if Ringside Robbie was still here, he would be tallying it up.
How would he do that?
He is higher than a motherfucker. He's stoned as fuck.
And be writing the numbers down, you know it.
Oh man,
That's cool, but he took a ticket, one-way ticket out of the show. So.
Yep. True. Anyway, Robert, thanks for calling in, and let me get to some other callers here. We got 908 503. You're up.
Hey fellas, how's it going? It's the Cali Crown Holder.
What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah, you good?
So yeah, I gotta address a couple things real quick. Boxing MD is off his shit, man. I have GGG on my list, but his argument is way flawed. Like, I got 3 or 4 154 pounders that once they move up to 160 will give Triple G all kinds of work. And I think that I forget his name, but the dude who knocked out Sam Solomon last week, he's a 160. Give him a couple more fights, and I think he's got all the power in the world to give Triple G.
Oh, Deryanchenko.
Probably Deryanchenko, but Cali Crown, sorry to cut you off, but we do have our next guest, which is the current trainer of Pound for Pound fighter, according to our listeners, Gennady Golovkin, and he is live now with Monster Peace in the green room, so let's bring him in. Monster Peace, you there?
Hey guys, you're on.
All right, Abel,
Hello.
how you doing, my
Hello, guys.
friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're great. We just had Ronnie Shields on a little bit earlier, and we wanted to pick 2 world-renowned trainers, 2 guys that have been in this business obviously much longer than us, and have that historical knowledge to try and educate us a little bit on what in the world is pound for pound, man.
Well, I believe that pound for pound should be not necessarily a win and loss record, but a guy that's dominating every fight that he's in, a guy that's dominating in a fashion that nobody else does, a guy that's not necessarily knocking somebody out, but just dominating his opponents, everybody they put in front of him. I think that once you can do that, that just shows the variety of skills that you have. It's not just about a knockout punch. It's about slipping. It's about defense. It's about movement. It's about a lot of different things, but just to dominate and to be able to make great fighters look ordinary. That's what I feel a pound for pound fighter is. The best fighter should be.
Can I ask a quick question, Abel, if that's okay, brother? Do you think that somebody can get on the pound for pound list going by an eye test alone, i.e. their potential? Let's say a Vasyl Lomachenko, for example.
But Lomachenko is fighting some very, very good fighters and making them look like they're not very good fighters. The fighters that he's fought have done well against legitimate contenders, and some of them are champions. So for Lomachenko to be making Rocky Martinez look like he didn't belong in the ring with him, I think that says something. I think that Lomachenko is proving that maybe he belongs somewhere in that pound-for-pound list.
Oh, good. That's interesting. Sorry, go Nes.
Yeah. So Abel, how important is I guess the quality of the opposition, and not only just the dominance of that opposition?
Well, quality is important, obviously, but who's judging the quality? If you have a guy, Lomachenko, fighting a Roman Martinez who I remember 2 or 3 years ago didn't look so good with a Mexican young man from on the card that Gennady fought Rosado, didn't look so good, but yet comes back and wins the title and beats or fights a great fight with Salido, fights a great fight with Mikey Garcia. But Lomachenko makes him look like he's nothing. Doesn't mean that Martinez is no good. It just means Lomachenko is that good. Now, if you're referring to, I know where you're going with this, with Golovkin's opposition, everybody that we fought has been with somebody and made somebody look bad, or was champion. Curtis Stevens was supposed to be a test. Macklin was supposed to be a test. Macklin had just got to fight Martinez and was robbed in a couple fights. Then you have Murray, who was robbed against Sturm, who was a champion for 4 or 5 years. That we fought Wade in the last fight, who happened to be the mandatory, wasn't Golovkin. At one point, Sam Watson was saying that this kid was the next coming. So everybody's got an opinion.
Wait a minute, Abel. This was not. Damn, you have no respect for me, Abel. This was not a sandbag interview about Gennady. This is honestly about pound for pound. Listen, one of our topics, if you're watching this on YouTube, one of our topics is quality of opposition and dominance of opposition. Even Wikipedia uses that as criteria. So we weren't trying to insinuate that Gennady Golovkin's competition isn't good. Calm down. Calm down, trainer of the year.
Golovkin's getting it next, I'm telling you, boy.
Hold on. Nestor, let me say this. If you look at BoxRec, BoxRec has got a way of
they got Canelo #1.
Not so right. They do it in a way where a KO against a so-and-so that fought so-and-so that gives them certain numbers. So if BoxRec is, if you look at Golovkin's opposition, BoxRec has had the guys that he's fought up in the top 20s, up in the top 15s. So it's a criteria that you have to look at, not only for Lomachenko or for Floyd or for Andre or for any of those guys. If they're rated in BoxRec, whose criteria are we using here to determine who's pound for pound? I think that what I said at the beginning about how they're dominating, regardless of who it is they're fighting, should be the deciding factor on whether they're there or they're not there. Mikey Garcia just fought a kid that hadn't fought in how long? And yet it took him 4 rounds to knock him out. Because he knocked him out with a great shot, do we say that he's pound for pound on the pound for pound list? No, you have to look at who the guy was and who he had fought and when is the last time he fought. You had Joseph Diaz just fight the other night, who fought against a guy that hadn't fought in 3 or 4 years also. So he knocked him out with 1 shot, but that doesn't mean that he should be on the pound for pound list. All those little things have to be taken into consideration, in my opinion.
Abel, sorry guys, just got another quick question for you. What do you think of the definition of pound for pound? If I was to say pound for pound means if weight was not an issue, that's how you judge pound for pound. If you took away weight classes, do you agree with that definition, or do you not agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
It has nothing to do with weight. It has to do with how you dominate whomever it is that you're fighting, whether you're a heavyweight or you're a Chocolatito Gonzalez.
Oh, we'll be back with Abel Sanchez. Seems like they've dropped off. Could you guys give Wingy a little shit in the chat, being so modest over here, Mr. Humble? Is that the UK fucking...
I'm being polite. You want me to be who I am? I ain't going to be you, Mr. Brash Rude Ass Nez. We're polite over here. Excuse me. Carry on.
Excuse me, Mr. Sanchez. Can I ask you a question, Mr. Sanchez?
Sorry, it's called being polite.
I'm just fucking.
Sorry, Mr. Sanchez. Can I ask you a question if I may?
Yes, you may, Mr. Wingy. Yo, they said back off my boy Wingy.
That's lazy casual. You just bit off Nez. You got to come with something original.
True. Gunshot.
Lazy.
Where is Manstapes? She dropped us off. Where'd they go? All right, so let's bring Alex in on Skype.
Yo, guys, what's going on?
What's going on, Alex? Back to the list. We need your list. Who's your top 5?
All right. Top 5. Number 1, Ward. Number 2, Pacquiao. Number 3, Kovalev. Number 4 and 5, you guys won't probably like, Rigondeaux, and then Lomachenko. And I think just a quick little explanation on that. When it comes to pound for pound, you got to think. You got to do.
Alex, hold on. I got Ward, Kovalev, Rigo, Lomo.
Ward, Kovalev, Rigo, Lomo, Pacquiao.
Okay.
So basically, I think, like, you got to look at even their amateur pedigrees, especially of Rigo and Lomachenko, and do the eye test. I mean,
Cut it.
There's an example of the rudeness. Carry on.
That's not rude. Alex, you know what that means. You got to cut it because Abel Sanchez is back. Hold on, man. Come on. How's that rude? It would be rude to leave world-renowned trainer, the trainer Terry Norris, the trainer freaking Gennady Golovkin.
Oh, don't suck up to him, Ness. Don't suck up.
It would be rude to leave him.
Stop sucking up, Ness. Stop it.
I mean, you're the one who don't have his fighter on your top 5. What are you talking about? Abel, you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Anyway, to finish my thought, I don't think weight should have anything to do with it. I think that dominance of your opposition should be the criteria, the main criteria. How you are beating the guys they put in front of you.
Fair enough.
So
Go on, Ness.
So you're scared. You ain't got nothing for the world-renowned trainer, huh? All right, listen, Abel, I'll take over here. This guy, Ray Robinson, why does he get mentioned so much in this all-time great list? Because one of our previous callers, who was actually very intelligent, said that he would rate Lennox Lewis above anybody as an all-time great because he had the ability and skill to beat, let's say, I don't know, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson. He also beat Vitaly Klitschko in his prime, so why wouldn't he beat the heavyweights of now as well as the heavyweights of then?
Well, I think you have to consider the fact that Ray Robinson at 147 was unbeatable. When he moved up in weight and started fighting at 160 and was getting older, is when he had these losses, a lot of these losses on his record. But at 147, he was a guy, I think that moment in his career was when people are considering the greatest fighter. He had some great fights with some of the great middleweights, but I think his dominance was at a lower weight. He was giving up a lot when he moved up to 160. Lennox Lewis fought at a heavyweight his whole career. So that he dominated heavyweights, okay, he dominated heavyweights, but you have a Ray Robinson who dominated in 2 different weight divisions with 13-pound difference.
I've got a question for you. If Floyd Mayweather is active, is he number 1 on the pound-for-pound list, in your opinion? If not, why not? If he is.
Absolutely he is. Absolutely he is, because he's not only moved from 130 to 154 and beaten guys that a lot of people thought he wouldn't beat, and he continues to win. He continues to adapt to whatever's in front of him and continue to perform on a level that nobody else is.
That's great.
If Kell Brook happens to go in there and beats Gennady Golovkin, does that automatically put him in the pound for pound number 1? And also, would you consider that to be, I guess, a greater all-time achievement than Joe Kawasaki's career, even though he's from Wales?
No, I think that he belongs in the pound for pound list if that happens, but I wouldn't say he's number 1. He's got to do more. It could have been that my guy had a bad night. Maybe it wasn't Cal. Maybe it was my guy that had a bad night. So I think that he has to prove himself a little more than just with one fight. And I don't think that puts him on Joe's level. I think Joe did and retired undefeated and fought some great fighters. And Cal has not beaten one guy. I don't think does that for Cal.
But with the, I guess, with the stigma of a Gennady Golovkin as this feared guy, you know, the knockout power, the fact that Kel's moving up 2 weight divisions, that wouldn't, I mean, because, you know, at the end of the day, Calzaghe did what he did in his division.
Okay, but I would say that I'd have to look at it, and you have to look at it like what he just asked me about Floyd. Floyd is at the point now where if somebody did that to Floyd, yes, okay, you guys, including yourself, Nestor, I'm not arguing it, but you don't consider Golovkin quite there yet, where Floyd is or where Floyd has been. So until he gets there, beating him could be what you're thinking, and some of the guys are thinking, and maybe he's not as good as these people. Maybe his opposition has been that good, and he's looked good because the guys weren't that good that they fought him. Until he gets to that point where you, Nestor, and the rest of the guys consider him close to Floyd's level, beating him would be a huge accomplishment. At this point, I don't see a huge accomplishment.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, Abel, can you give us your top 5? Because we are tallying it during this live show and taking callers. And before we let you go, we'd like to know Abel Sanchez, current top 5 pound-for-pound fighters.
Kell Brook, number 1.
And I'll preface that with saying I'm saying it this way because of how they have dominated their respective divisions. Okay, how they're beating the guys that they're beating. I'm gonna say Golovkin first because of what he's doing with his 22 knockouts in a row. I'm gonna say Chocolatito second because of the longevity and the three divisions and going up to a 4th division and challenging for that title also. I'm going to say Andre, and Andre would be at number 2, in my opinion. Only he hasn't been busy enough and hasn't been against a good opposition that we could say he was the Andre of 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, I would say I would have rated him, if not above Floyd, real close to Floyd because he was doing things to real good guys. Today, he's not. Number 4, I would have to say Kovalev. Because of the way he's doing what he's doing. And number 5, I'd have to say
Lomachenko. Wow. Well, Abel, we want to thank you, obviously.
I've got one question for Abel.
Oh, all right.
Abel, if I can ask, I've got my opinion. Who do you think is the best fighter on your fighter's resume, Golovkin?
Ooh, great question. Damn.
So far. Well,
I'll go first. I'll say I think it's David Lemieux. That's my personal opinion.
David Lemieux, I wouldn't say David Lemieux, maybe the biggest puncher and the champion at the time. David Lemieux had gotten knocked out in decision by Alcine, knocked out by Rubio. I would say it had to be now the most dangerous. Yes, I would agree with you. And second would be Curtis Stevens. But the best fighter, I would say, was either Murray or I'd say Murray at the top. Second would be Gill, and then Macklin for me.
I told you. I've always been saying Gill. And people are like, oh, Ness, you're crazy. That kid was a 2-time middleweight champion. Even though he did a couple, a little bit of ducking. But, he was 2-time middleweight champion. So I always said Gill was the best opponent. See?
How many Gill fights have you seen, Ness? None. Carry on.
What do you mean? A lot.
I'm joking.
Yo, and he's even been on this show from Australia via camera. I'm telling you, live stream. We've always dealt with Gill. That's what I'm saying. He's good.
Hey, Nestor?
Yep.
Nestor. Do you think Felix Sturm beat Oscar De La Hoya here in Las Vegas?
Yeah. All the hardcores feel that Felix Sturm won that fight.
Okay. Gill lost 2. Beat him once or lost 1 controversial decision to Sturm in Germany. So how do we rate Oscar? Do we rate Oscar as a great fighter or not a great fighter? Sturm beat him when he was young, Imagine when he got a little better, when he became champion, and he was champion for a lot of defenses, and Gil beat him. I have to give Gil a lot of credit.
Me too.
There goes the quality of opposition that you're questioning.
Well, I mean, no. When we use the word question, and if it's me, you know, I'm saying other than Gil, because look at Kell Brook. Kell Brook has a good name, but that's all that he has. You know, Thurman has a good name. As well as a body of work in terms of resume, right? And when Gennady gets that marquee name, he will have a good name as well as a body of work. Because, I mean, I'm not saying what he's doing isn't impressive. Guys like Curtis Stevens, they don't just lay down for anyone, but they have lost to Jesse Brinkley in the past. You know, Daniel Gill, he's a two-time middleweight champion, but, you know, he did lose to Barker, who lost to Martin Martinez, you know? So it's a really debatable argument. There is no debating the talent of Gennady Golovkin, and, you know, we will see that. Just not in this fight, right?
True. We're waiting for you know, I saw a shirt the other day. I don't know. I was in Mexico City, I think. It had a picture of Canelo on it, and it said, "I want to fight GGG." But on the bottom of it, it said, "Just not next." I would like to have one of these guys after the fight, and you can say this when you interview somebody. After the fight, if everything goes well against Kell Brook, after the fight, I'd like to hear Danny come on and say that he wants to fight him. Not wait until we have a fight sign. I'd like to hear Quillen did the same thing in the past. I'd like to hear Saunders say the same thing, that I want to fight Golovkin next, not after he has a fight signed. Same thing with Eubanks. Same thing with all the guys that are out there that can be approved by the partners, which is HBO. They're not just going to approve anybody. It's got to be a fighter that they deem is worthy of fighting Golovkin. I wish those guys after the fight against Kell Brook would come out and.
Well, you got somebody calling you out every day, Abel. I mean, you got a guy calling you out every day. He goes by the name of Islandri Laura. He's waiting for an offer.
Now, you're not so much you, but the criticism is that he's knocking everybody out quickly. Okay. Then we have a guy like you just said, Lara, who just beat Delvin Rodriguez and who beat nobody before that. If Golovkin does what he's doing to these other guys, they're going to say the same thing. So we're in a no-win situation with Lara. They're going to say he's a 54-pounder, just like to say he's a 47-pounder. How many losses does he have? And yes, some of them are debatable, but that's why they have judges. We're fighting a guy that's undefeated. We're fighting a guy that's a big welterweight, and you saw him in the pictures in the press conference. He's bigger than Golovkin.
He's beastly. Sorry, I have to say, Abel, he's beastly.
This is him all the way around.
Well, listen, man. I mean,
all the way around, so.
Duran did it, Abel. We just gonna have to wait and see and hope that it's a spectacle, right? This way the criticism gets washed away by how grand the fight was. Because I mean, nowadays I'm pretty sure if I was around when Duran moved up or Leonard moved, I would have been talking shit too. I just wasn't there. There were some people. There was just no internet back then.
Well, actually, Nestor, there was no social media. I'm sure there was a lot of talk, but nobody heard it.
Exactly.
Nobody believed it.
It was at the local pubs.
And they accomplished some things. Right. Now, let me say this. The 54-pounders in Lara, I would rather see Julian Williams challenge Golovkin, because that, to me, is a guy that is deserving more than Lara. Deserving not because he's been a champion, deserving because of the quality of opposition, as you keep mentioning, but a guy that has solid tools that I think would give us a fight. And the fans would want to see that. That's a kid from Philadelphia. I believe they call him The Rock or something like that.
J-Rock. Are you talking about Julian Williams?
Okay. I think that's a kid, Julian Williams, yeah. I think that's a kid with solid tools. I think that's a guy that would put up a fight, and we'd have to fight him. Where I think Lara, I don't think it would be a pleasing fight for the fans, and it'd be a fight that we have nothing to gain from. I think we have something to gain with the Williams, with Tony Harrison looked great the other night.
So you're, but you're looking.
I prefer to see the Lara fight personally.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Abel. Let's be clear here. You're thinking more as a matchmaker, as like what's gonna play out well for television, right? That's what you're saying.
Well, but isn't that what you want? If you see a fight that's not pleasing, what are you gonna do? You're gonna talk great about it? No.
No. Well. You see, I'm different though. I'm different. Like, I like Rigondeaux. I like what Mayweather did to Pacquiao. Like, I'm not gonna get mad if Lara uses the ring the way I didn't get mad when Crawford used the ring.
No, but see, there's a difference. Crawford looked and executed an offense, where Lara doesn't execute an offense. Lara wants to survive. Lara wants to pot shot and like he did against. You know what? I thought he could have beat Canelo. And maybe he did beat Canelo. I thought he fought a great fight with just 1-2s, but he was in a program mode where he wasn't going to finish things. That's not what's appealing. Unfortunately, in today's market, the way if you look at Golovkin's fighting, Golovkin's ascend not only in persons but in fan base, it's been gradually going up and up and up and up. So to do a fight where that's not going to happen is not very good for Golovkin's career at 34 years old.
But Abel, do you appreciate that the fans may be a little bit frustrated with your perspective, because a lot of people rate Lara quite highly for his skills, and they want to see how Golovkin would handle cutting him, sort of like cutting the ring off against him. So I understand what you're saying about a more exciting fight, but the fans, I feel, would want to see the Lara fight because of Lara's rated skills.
Okay, well let me say this. We're going to England to fight a fight that was sold on in 11 minutes. That means that the money over there, the English fans, are providing the money for this fight to happen.
I'm going to be there. I'm providing the money as well, sir.
Okay, for Lara, unfortunately, Lara doesn't have the appeal that 3 or 4 other guys in England are going to have. So if we choose 3 or 4 other guys next in England, will be for that reason, because of the attraction.
So would you say James DeGale, Billy Joe Saunders is on your radar kind of thing?
Showtime. Since Lara is with Showtime and with Al, why can't they come to Tom? And that way, I've always said, if you offer somebody something and they don't take it, then you can say, you know what, he's afraid of me, he didn't want to fight me, I offered him what was fair, what I would have taken. Why don't they come to Loeffler and offer something? He's with Heyman, he's with Showtime. There's got to be a budget in there of $3 or $4 million, $5 million. Offer it to Golovkin, offer it to Loeffler, and have him say no.
Abel,
got to be carrying the whole ball.
Abel, this is the last question, right? Because we definitely have to go. But Islandri Lara how could he offer you a fight when the money comes from the network? And Lara isn't tied to Showtime, but he fights on Showtime. So if he's going to come with an offer, that offer is going to be backed by the network that is Showtime. Gennadi's in a contract with HBO. He can't accept the fight on Showtime with Showtime money. So it's up to HBO, Tom Loeffler, K2, Gennady Golovkin to send the guy who's out there, maybe crying wolf. We don't know. But he's definitely calling out the most feared middleweight in the world. So you can offer him something, and he can come as a free agent. He can come as a free agent.
That applies both ways.
How? Gennady cannot.
Both ways.
Gennady cannot leave
because one guy.
But how would Gennady leave HBO? He can't.
So now, if he's able to do that with the backing of the network, and they offer it, and the Golovkin people say no, now you got a leg to stand on. You have no leg to stand on. All you're doing is barking. All you're doing is barking with no backing. Offer it. Go out and get it. Go out and see if somebody is dumb enough to take a chance on you with that kind of money. And then let the Golovkin people say no. Now you got something. Now you got something to hang your hat on.
Well, All right, and this wasn't this interview. I want you to go back and check the show. This had nothing to do with Golovkin except the fact that everyone has him in the pound for pound. I'm telling you, this is all pound for pound. You did this on your own, but we still love you. And we're happy that you gave us the time. We truly appreciate it. We're glad you educated us a little bit here. Ronnie Shields as well came on and taught us a little bit something about pound for pound because, I mean, look, Carl Frampton is in the pound for pound list for what he did. So we're just, we're here as fans. Like, how does this happen? And how could we, I guess, learn so we know next time?
So, but you know what, though, Nestor? It's gotta be your subjective to what you want to see. I'm subjective to what we all have an opinion. We all have what we consider the pound for pound. I told you why I consider it that way. You may like the sweet science. You may like like you said, the Rigondeaux and the Laras that box and bore you to death. That's you. Everybody's got an opinion. That's what makes this game so great. I don't think we're ever going to agree because if we get, then it'd be a boring life.
I mean, I'm just from the. I just feel like Gennady does so well with cutting the ring off, and Angulo did so well with cutting the ring off versus Laura. You guys would make it short work. You take care of this big mouth kid, prove everybody wrong, and it's easy. It's all done. I mean, this guy's been on pay-per-view. I don't see how it's not a marketable fight. People know him. His resume speaks for himself.
Okay, so
if you fight him, regardless of now or after, he would still be the best name on your resume.
Okay, so for you, what does that do for you? Not for anybody else, for you. What does that do for Golovkin?
I mean, and really, Abel, it's only because there's nothing out there. Like, I'm not the guy I don't want Gennady to move up. I want him to reign at 160. I want him to wait for whoever's coming, whoever's there. I want him to get Jacobs. I want him to get Peter Quillen, Billy Joe Saunders, anybody, even the Charlos. I mean, there's no way Jamal's going to hold 2 more fights there. He should be coming up pretty soon. I want that. I don't want Golovkin to move up if he doesn't have to move up. But shit, if you're gonna be
Jamal,
picking,
Jamal is more appealing than Charlo, than Lara.
Well, let's see if we can make that one happen. Listen, we don't want to keep you here all night because we will. We are hardcores.
Yeah.
We don't go to sleep around here.
I appreciate your time.
No, we appreciate yours.
Abel, if I could just say one thing before you go.
Thanks for listening to me. Yes, go ahead.
The UK crew would not be satisfied if I did not tell you that Kell Brook does have a chocolate brownie for you when you come over, and I will be there, and I'm looking forward to the fight.
Who will have a chocolate brownie?
Kell Brook.
Well, I'll tell you what, he better lay out the chocolate brownies because he looked massive. Wow, he looks 185 pounds.
Wow.
There you go. I will be there. I'm looking forward to it.
But I'm looking forward to it too. I think it's going to be an interesting fight until Kell gets hit with a shot and see how he reacts. If he reacts well, then we got a fight on our hands. If he doesn't react well, it'll be another.
I'm not sure if you are aware of the Marvel superheroes, but I do believe that Kell Brook may metamorphosize like Hulk once he gets hit with that shot.
Abel, I know. I don't know how close you are with Robert Garcia, but he said that Kell Brook won't make it out the first round unless Golovkin does a Willie Monroe and a Wade and carries him. He said Kell Brook has less.
How many fights with Golovkin?
He said Kell Brook has less of a shot versus Golovkin than Canelo had. Than Khan had versus Canelo.
You see, that to me is not correct. I'll tell you why that's not correct. You talk about Khan got knocked out by a lightweight, Prescott. Got knocked out by a junior welterweight in Garcia. Got hurt by everybody that has fought him since. What do you think of Sean Porter? Kell Brook beat Sean Porter here at the Sub Hub in America. So how can that be even a reasonable comment? it doesn't make any sense. You're talking about a guy that's fought his 47 his whole career, who's undefeated, doesn't know how to lose, and not going past the first round. You know Golovkin. Golovkin never goes out and searches for anybody. Golovkin goes out and oversees the situation, see what he's got, and maybe at the end of the round he'll start working to do what he wants to do. But Golovkin's not a Tyson. He doesn't go out to kill. He prepares things. So to say something like that, I think it's irresponsible. I think it's if Golovkin is able to land what he wants to land, I think it's a 4 or 5 round fight. If not, if Kel takes the shots and we're in for a treat. Hopefully I as a trainer can see what I'm dying to see in Golovkin, dying to see if we have what we think we have.
Well, just to be clear, he didn't say that it would not go past the first. He said if Golovkin wanted to, it wouldn't go past the first. Well, Golovkin doesn't, like I said, Golovkin doesn't go out to go crazy in the first round. If you've seen any of his fights, he's a guy that's very calculating. He's a guy that looks for the opportunity, and once he sees what he needs to do, as he says when he comes back to the corner after the first round, I see it, coach, I see it. Because he's an intelligent person. All these great guys, Floyd and Andre, that's what they do. They don't go out and kill. They go out and look. You're right about that. Well, Abel, that's it. Masterpiece, that's it, because he's going to be late for dinner. It's going to be our fault. We love you so much, Abel. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much, Abel.
Thank you very much, guys. It was fun.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you have it. Another world-renowned trainer to get your education up. So hit us with some thumbs up, man. We got a new, sleek look. We had 2 great guests. We got 2 great co-hosts here with me. And we got a bunch of calls to get to compile our pound-for-pound list. Any thoughts, my friends, my co-hosts here, before we move out to these phone lines?
I just really enjoyed that. I thought it was great. I'm glad that introduced Abel to the thought of the chocolate brownie. The danger's coming. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be rowdy in this shit.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Abel right there on pound for pound, on Gennadi's style, on his opponents, how you can't, on Gil, all that shit. I don't understand what the brownie is. I just sat back and relaxed.
Yeah. It sounded a little weird. Really quick, let me get Masterpiece on. She got to give her a top 5.
Hey, the juice. Let's go.
Hello, Monster.
Good evening. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. Good day. Hello. Sayonara. See you later. Arrivederci.
What's your top 5?
Shout out to Blackface, man. Hello. What?
No, I said that was a good blackface impersonation.
Shout out to Blackface, man. Shout out to you, Wingy. How you doing, Casual?
Give Monster Piece a gunshot!
I'm tripping off the brownie. But otherwise, I'm good.
Yeah.
Why are you shooting Masterpiece?
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to give... What happened?
I was just asking Wingy why he wanted you to get a gunshot.
That was his liquor shot, Jamaican style.
We've been on a Twitter war. We've been on a Twitter war.
Twitter.
No, I like the UK. I have no problem with the UK, but I'm from the US. I can't, I got to stand by my people. Anyways, that was a great interview. With both Ronnie Shields and Abel Sanchez. I mean, obviously, Abel's going to have Triple G #1. I mean, hello. I mean, if he didn't, I would be so mad at him. Do we agree? That's debatable. But I know MB does. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was happy to hear that one. But, I like Triple G, but I don't think I have it on #1. With that being said, let me get down to my list. I have, believe it or not, Crawford at #1. I have #2. What did I have #2? Okay. Crawford at #1. I have Ward #2. I have Ward #2. #3 is Roman Gonzalez. #4 is Kovalev. And #5 is Triple G. Triple G needs to be in the top something. You know what I mean? Like, I got to put him up there. I got to give him #5. He's definitely not #1, but I'm not surprised Abel gave us #1 there.
Cool.
Wingy, I got no UKs in my list, baby.
That's because you're a hater. We know it. The UK's coming for you, monster. We're coming for you, monster.
They are. We need to free ourselves from you guys taking over. What is it that you guys have? 14 champions, and we have.
I don't know. 14, 15, 16. We're racking them up. Stack them up.
Yeah, and none of them are in the pound for pound list. I mean, hello.
Yeah, obviously Tyson Fury's not. Lineal heavyweight champion. Carry on.
All right, Masterpiece. Let me get to some other callers here.
Much. Good night.
All right, let me get to some other people just to get this list down.
Wingy got a lot of UK info, man.
Does anybody remember Cali Crown Holder's area code? We're supposed to go back to him.
5. 5.
6, 2.
All right.
703.
3.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code, Norway, shorty wants that foreplay. I'm like,
no way.
Gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it.
OJ.
She's like Green Bay.
Call me Aaron Rodgers.
Hopped out that Dodger.
Dodging them coppers.
My boy got them choppers. Yo,
Okay, it's getting cringe now.
my boy got them choppers.
Damn, that's got the whole 3
Damn,
minutes
whole
up.
track.
Yeah, man. That's the pound for pound #1 song a boxer's made, man. No doubt. Anyway, I'm going to go through my list really quickly because I know you got a big lineup. So I'm just going to say mine is the king, who no one mentions yet because he's still not officially retired, in my opinion. It's Mayweather, #1. From there, Triple G, Ward, Crawford, Kovalev. And to round it out, I have Pacquiao, Bradley, Canelo, Klitschko, and Adrian Broner at #10. That's my top 10. And then I'll just quickly say my top 5 all time. It's Ali, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tyson, and Oscar De La Hoya. And I agree with what Blackface said, man. Like, you know, all the people who call in talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, you guys got to get off your hipster soapbox and be honest with yourselves, man. You guys didn't watch those fights. You guys don't know what's significant in those fights.
Yeah, those fights weren't even televised, man. You had to hear them on the radio or some shit.
Exactly. And even then, man, a big fight, you don't know how big that fight is. You don't know what the excitement was. And getting to my last point before I'm off, guys like Chocolatito, your boy Lara, and that other little skinny Cuban alien-looking guy, whatever his name is.
Rigondeaux?
Those guys are shit. They haven't fought real competition. The fact that they're on the pound-for-pound list is disgusting. Estrada as well. You know, everyone's quick to criticize Golovkin, and you hear everyone fight with Wassam and AB all day. At least Golovkin is the real deal. He's fought people we know, and he's been in some sort of fights, and he's that great. Who the fuck is Chocolatito fought, man? So he's the Sugar Ray Robinson of today. The same hipsters that say Sugar Ray Robinson say Chocolatito.
Rigondeaux beat the Filipino Flash.
Rigo's a bum. I hate that guy.
He beat the Filipino Flash.
Yo, why you hating on my man Rigo?
Yeah,
Wait, but aren't you Cuban, Jose?
I ain't Cuban, no. I come from a land. That's why I'm not partial. I come from a place where we have no good athletes, man. You know, so I'm allowed to be honest here and judge, man. So and I'm taking Lennox Lewis off the list because he gave up on his Canadian flag. So you can keep it.
I gotta shoot you for that one.
All right, Jose. Well, thanks for calling in. Cali Crown Holder got me on the Facebook check and said he's 530. I don't see him. There he goes. Cali.
Hey, fellas. Good interview with Abel Sanchez, by the way.
Thank you
anyway,
for.
I just wanted to run down my
I was just gonna say thank you for allowing
What'd you
us
say?
to interrupt you and handle that said interview.
Stop saying thank you, Ness. Stop saying thank you, Ness.
Well,
no problem.
well, the listeners actually are important.
Stop saying thank you, Ness.
You're right.
But thank you for having the interview.
Stop saying thank you, Cali Crown Holder.
Y'all just thanking each other too much. y'all both Victor Ortiz right now.
But yeah, my number one is Andre Ward, and then the rest kind of are interchangeable. But I got Lomachenko, Crawford, GGG, and Canelo. Canelo just based on the resume. But those are my 5.
Cool, man. Are we still noting these down, yeah?
Hell yeah, I'm noting it down, doing Casual's fucking job and mine's at the same time. Cali Crown Holder, thank you for calling in. I think this might be. I don't have a producer today. You know this is an off day, but I'm gonna go. Look, we only got 2 memorable so far. Well, 3, right? No, 2 from Chicago that I remember. I don't know. Help me. Be the Fight Doctor or Santana. So I'm gonna say it's the doc, man. I'm gonna say somebody contacted the doc and was like, yo, MD's talking reckless on TBV, handle that. So let's go with the doctor's intro.
Don't even respect your ass. That's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass, nigga.
Grab the popcorn.
What up, man?
Damn!
Dropping that ball. What up, Santana?
Santana!
I'm back.
Uh-oh! That's all right.
What up? Let me just get my thoughts on the pound for pound and how I analyze it. I go on resume, who you fought, and how did you look good? I mean, how did you look, getting the win? Did you dominate or did you have a hard time? You can't really go off the eye test like that because I don't care how much skills you got. If you haven't fought nobody, it doesn't really matter. You can't say, oh, I think this guy beat this guy or whatever. Resume plays a big part. If you put the groundwork in, then, you got to be listed top. That's just like saying Errol Spence should be, higher than Danny Garcia on the pound for pound list. You might think he got better skills, but Danny Garcia put the groundwork in, so you just can't, say he's better or whatever. My top pound for pound, I got number 1, I got Ward. I don't care how long his layoff was, I still got him number 1 as far as his skills and his resume. Number 2, I got Danny Garcia. I felt like, he dominated 140. He was the underdog in 2 of his biggest fights. And, he dominated them fights. And he's a 2-division champ, so you got to have him number 2. Number 3, I got number 3. Oh, let me check my list real quick. I think I got Rigo number 3. I felt like when he beat Fury. I got Fury number 3. My bad, Fury, because he did beat Klitschko when Klitschko was pound for pound the top, at least top 5. I think he's top pound. So if you beat the man, you become the man. So, and I got Rigo because at the time when he beat Donaire, Donaire was top 5 pound for pound the time that he beat him. And Triple G is number 5. I got Triple G number 5. I think he's the best middleweight. I feel like I'm not going to say he's been fighting bum. He's been fighting C-level fighters. I think his best win is Lemieux. But you got to have him top 5 because, he's still taking care of business. He got 20-something straight knockouts. So he had a chance to, fight Ward. And then, I ain't going to go down that again. But, he had a chance to fight Ward and become the top guy. Because I think if he would have fought Ward and won that fight, people couldn't say, oh, he haven't fought nobody. That's why it's like he had a chance to shut everybody up by fighting Ward, but he didn't want to take that fight. So, that's my top 5 pound for pound.
You are the most chilled caller on TBV. You're always chilled out, brother. Good call.
Chocolate brownie.
Definitely loved it. And if you loving this show, why don't you hit us with some thumbs up? Why don't you post this on your Facebook wall or blast it on your IG, Snapchat about it.
Hit that like button, people. You don't want Wingy at your door coming for the refrigerator. Hit that like button, mother.
Yeah, he said the fridge. He ain't coming for you. He coming for you.
Hit that like.
914. You're live. Top 5, please. 914, you're live. What's your top 5?
Kell Brook number 1.
What? 914.
Vote 1.
Who?
Hello?
What's your name?
Prince.
Prince?
Yeah, 646 you usually.
What's up, Prince?
Hey, man. All right. It's Andre Ward, Guillermo Rigo, Sergey Kovalev, Chocolatito, Terrence Crawford. And on the outside looking in, you got Triple G, you got Canelo, you got Pacquiao. I still got Vladimir Klitschko in there because he only had one loss in 10 years. So I'm still gonna give that to him. And Fury he's not in there because he hasn't had any title defenses. But let me just get one more thing in about this pound for pound list. You also got to look at how many unification fights have these guys had. A lot of these guys have not been in unification fights. People want to pick Lomachenko. He hasn't fought any other champions. If you look at Terrence Crawford, he's unified 2 divisions. If you look at Rigo, he's unified at the super bantamweight division. There's a lot of these guys who are deserving of it have unified. Andre Ward has unified. Triple G, I give him his props as unified in the weak division, but he still is unified. Sergey, unified. Chocolatito, although he hasn't unified, he's at 3 divisions and he's about to be in his 4th one. So those are the really important things when you can identify those stellar opponents that like Andre Ward has had, or Floyd has had, or Pacquiao has had, or even Tim Bradley has had. So that was what I wanted to add to this. And popularity should have 0 to do with this. And the eye test should have maybe about 20% tops to actually do with the pound-for-pound ranking. What you guys think?
I like that that you picked based off of unification fights. That's great. I'm picking based off eye test and resume. But yeah, that was a great call. I'll give you a coin. Who else is there on that line, Ness? It's me and you, man. So what you think about what's Abel Sanchez caller interview?
Call him drop the ball face. He got nervous, thought I left him alone. He like, it's just me and you.
Nah, I didn't get nervous. I just got caught off guard. I thought you would say something, man.
I was trying to see what Casual was thinking, you know what I mean? Like, what was your thoughts on his breakdown? Let's go out to the Skype though, because I don't want to keep Scorsese waiting. Scorsese thing, he always say we treat him like a stepchild, so we're gonna give him some. And
wait, Nats, real quick before Scorsese, this is an easy call to make love to the boxing. You know, your passion for boxing. This is not one to make you hate on a fight or anything. So now this is time to spit, his favorite fighters, his top 5.
Nah, he gonna say, man, fuck pound for pound. I hate pound for pound. This is a stupid show.
Pound for pound is whack.
Let's let in the mad caller, Scorsese. Scorsese, how you doing today?
All right, first of all, I haven't been as negative as y'all make it out to be. I don't believe I have been. Just showing a little passion about boxing altogether. And sometimes it rears an ugly head, and you gotta, that little game where the gremlins pop up and you gotta hit it. That's how you gotta play boxing sometimes. And as far as pound for pound, the name of the show is what? Pound for pound, what is it? How do you get in it? Or is it just a gimmick? To me, what is it is a little bit of eye test, a little bit of resume, recent victories, recent losses, everything taken into account. As of now, I think the pound for pound list is ever changing. Well, we went through a phase where we already knew who was 1, who was 2, who was 3, who was 4. And now this thing is ever changing. And it's not, it's a fight by fight basis. You might be one day, That's how I looked at it. But then I also told people, my number 1, number 2, number 3 could be vacant if I wanted to be, because they not living up to the standards that 1 and 2 has been before. So people weren't feeling that. So I'm just gonna give the way I look at it now. Andre Ward beats anybody you put him in the ring with, it seems like. I cannot rate Chocolatito over Guillermo.
Are you signing off your list, or are you still talking? I mean, I just want to be clear so I can start writing.
Giving the list.
So Ward is on your list.
I would say Ward is 1. I cannot rate Chocolatito over Guillermo Rigondeaux, knowing that he weighs the same amount as Guillermo Rigondeaux in the ring and won't fight him, while Guillermo Rigondeaux actually beat Donaire, who was 15 pounds heavier than him and number 3 on the list. Guillermo Rigondeaux is number 2 on the list. Number 3 on the list, because his style is hard to beat, because he's passed the eye test. He's fought in unifications. He's knocked out Gamboa before anybody. Terrence Crawford, number 3. Number 4 and number 5, you can play with it how you will. It gets a little basic after that. I mean, you can start putting in Stevensons. You can start.
Wait. Come on, Scorsese. Wait. Just let me try this card, because you always getting carried away. Number 2 is who? After Ward.
Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Man, because you don't even say name. You start saying a story. Then Crawford, and then 4 and 5 you say you could play with. We need a name.
Nobody stepped up and taken that from me.
I need a name. So what you call for? What you call for?
It's too much ducking and boxing. You want people calling him, talking about Lomachenko, Lomachenko that. He just lost. He lost in front of your face. After 400, how many amateur bouts? He lost in front of your face.
Scorsese, this is what I think of you right now. And if anybody was fucking watching, I was stabbing you with a pen, man. Give us a name, this dude.
Hey, let me tell you, when you watch an eye test with Lomachenko, you might as well start watching eye test with Andre. It's the same thing, man. So
you mentioned Stevenson, so give him 4 or 5.
I'm not ready to do that, Chad. I'm not ready to do that.
No, but my friend, if you don't think Lomo deserves to be there, why are you talking about?
I think 1, 2, 3 are sitting, and I think you could just get to the bag from 3 to 10, man. I think it's so.
In your lifetime era, who's the number 1 pound for pound? Lifetime.
All good, man. He gave his. He don't even want to finish the top 5. You gonna ask him about lifetime? All right,
I just wanted to hear that one.
All right, Scorsese. We're gonna go to JD, man, and don't put Daniel Jacobs in your list. JD.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I just don't like the way you just came at me just now. But fuck it. I mean, if Triple G's in it, why can't I put Daniel Jacobs in?
Because Triple G's resume is better than Daniel Jacobs, unless you could debate that.
Listen, listen, Triple G ain't got a Peter Quillen on his list. I'm just saying.
Sergio Moore is a beast.
But he has a David Lemieux on his list.
Listen. I wasn't even gonna put none of them motherfuckers in my list. Just if I'm gonna be honest.
So who's your list?
Daniel Jacobs is just my favorite fighter. He's not on the pound for pound until he's proven.
I'm only pulling your leg. Look, a listener who just started listening today, he don't even know that I know that you're in love with Daniel Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pulling your leg. But who is your top 5 now that you're live?
My top 5, I'm gonna start with Terrence Crawford. He's proved, and let me go to my definition of pound for pound. I think the definition is self-explanatory. Pound for pound, a guy who's moving up in weight, pound for pound, and whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I gotta have Terrence Crawford up there. I'm just going off the most recent guys that I know. I don't really have a list written out, but Danny Garcia once was up there, but I just don't feel this ducking shit that's going on. Like, I don't feel this fighting for money shit that's going on. People used to fight for pride back in the day. So Danny Garcia fell off the list. It's not too many guys that's doing it like that, man. So I really don't have a pound. I guess Andre Ward, he's got to be in there.
Stick Vasyl Lomachenko in there. Stick that Ukrainian beast right in that list, bro.
that's hard to do because he got that loss. You know, he only got a certain amount of fights, and he got that one L.
Nah, he won. He won. That was racism against him. That was racism. He won that one.
So JD,
Really?
I just want to be clear. All we got is Crawford and Ward.
In my opinion, nah, some other guys that I got some guys that you wouldn't even, you know, think of. I mean,
Hey,
Bartholomew
I
moved
need
up
3
in weight.
names. I need 3 names, B. 3 names. Give me 3 more. Who you want?
Man, shit, Pacquiao. Yeah, he's still active. I guess Pacquiao will be there if he's still active.
2 more. You can do it. Where's the Jeopardy soundbite, Enrique?
Boom, 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 boom.
Man, you know I'm a big fan of Gamboa.
Oh
I mean,
fucking God.
JD. JD, are you from Brooklyn, New York?
Yo,
Listen, time out. Let me explain myself.
That's cool.
We're not gonna get mad at Andre Ward if he goes up and fight Kovalev and loses. But at this point, right now, that's what Gamboa did. He went up and fought a Terrence Crawford, a guy who's on the pound for pound list.
Yeah, but he didn't go up 2 divisions now, did he? He went from 126 to 130 and got that ass sparked.
Nah, actually it was 130 to 135 because nobody at 130 wanted to touch him. But anyway, man, I don't know, man. I don't have my list like that, man.
All right, well, we
that's the
gotta
only
go.
2 names that stand out.
We're gonna have to go because you killing the show with
Nez, before you go, let's give a shout out to Bruce for this on-demand show. Big up.
We got this ready for the next person. JD.
Merengue at first. What is that? Was that Jeopardy for real? You muted, Enrique. You might want to hit that.
That was Jeopardy. 10 hours of Jeopardy. Thinking music.
All right. So listen. Let's just refresh all you nice callers who probably just called in and are not aware that we are taking calls and we are asking you, once you're live, to give us your top 5 pound for pound. If you do not know what pound for pound is, direct your question at Wingy or Casual, and they would kindly answer that for you.
Just for Nez, when you give your top 5 list, people, please explain as long as possible, preferably 5 minutes per choice, just for Nez, if you can do that.
Hell no.
Please don't do that, please.
30 seconds per.
Come on, give a big up to Bruce, man. Good show.
This is a great damn show.
Where's the thumbs up for Bruce's excellent pick on this?
This is
Every time, you get it right, coins for Bruce. Because he got it right. All right, so let's get into some of these callers, right? We got 267? 267? 267.
Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan from Philly.
What up?
What's the name?
Ride.
I can't hear. What is he saying, Enrique?
Ride, like ride or die?
Oh, Rod.
Ride. Like hot rod.
Yeah, what's good?
What up, Rod?
Yeah. Not much, man. So my top 5, I'm gonna start off with Andre Ward. I mean, I don't think too much has to be said about that. I mean, his resume speaks for itself. Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Kovalev. I think he's just been the most dominant. Stevenson's been avoiding him for a number of reasons. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Tyson Fury. He beat the man, so he becomes a man. I still believe in that logic. I mean, Shane Mosley beat Oscar De La Hoya. He became pound for pound king. So I think the same thing goes for Tyson Fury when he beat Klitschko. Number 4, I'm gonna have to go with Triple G. I think he's the most avoided guy at 160 right now. And for number 5, I'm gonna have to go with Chocolatito.
That's a good lineup. Rob, what you know about Sugar Ray Robinson? You ever seen any of his fight? Heard of him? Watched anything ever?
Yeah, I know a good amount about Sugar Ray Robinson. It's unfortunate we can't see his earlier fights because there was no recordings back then. But from what we can see, I mean, he was a complete fighter. And I can see why the pound for pound was made for him because he moved up so many weights, so many weight divisions, and he fought the best. But I mean, as far as like the pound for pound for him, and now it doesn't equate for why it was made for him and why it's around today. I feel like for today it's just for debate and discussion. It's not it's impossible to say a heavyweight's the number one and then number two's a 120 pounder or 115 pounder, like, because they'll never fight, so you never be able to end that debate.
Right. All right. I think Mike Tyson would have beat Sugar Ray Robinson if you ask me, but that's my opinion.
That's a Casual, you're great, man. You are great.
Casual. I agree, because since they want to talk pound for pound, it means any weight division.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Tyson had problems with bigger fighters, taller fighters that could use their range and that could actually clinch him. If you couldn't clinch him, you wasn't going to beat him. So Ray Robinson, he would probably, I mean, he was a natural welterweight when he started, right? So, like, he wouldn't even make it out of the, like, half of the first round. I mean, but the hipsters will argue different. Let's get to Victor the truck driver. And we have a lot, I mean, probably more calls than ever. This doesn't even make sense, all right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so unfortunately for all you people out there, give us your top five, because we want to get to at least a definitive top five before the show. We want to come back around, so try not to be so long-winded. Be courteous to your friendly TBV brother underneath you. Victor, the truck driver, give it to us. Top five, dead or alive. Psych, no, top five only alive. Top five only alive and current fighting.
Okay, my brother. I got Golovkin first. I got Ward 2. I got Kovalev 3. I got Thurman 4, and I got Crawford 5. Okay. Now, second off, I just want to say I want to say thanks for the show. Thanks for the panel. And I want to say, how dare you, casual fan, try to make me look bad yesterday when talking about Manny Pacquiao. That made me look bad.
I am one with the people. I am one with the people.
No, you looked great. You made a point, and
you know what? But you know what, casual fan? Hey, I respect you, and I was just messing around, and I get a lot of knowledge from you too, man. And I didn't. I should have gave it up to you, man, yesterday, and I didn't. And that was my I messed up on that. But that's it, man. That's
Hey, that was all good, man. It was fun. I didn't want to hit the don't take it personal button, but I was letting you get yours off.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't play Showtime. See you all there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. Fuck you. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Fuck you. Don't need that shit. You don't love that form I do? Fuck you. Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next, what a great show. Come stop, donate.
What's happening, people?
Hey, yo, what's going on? Shout out to the whole crew, baby. What's happening?
Georgie, what's up, brother?
Georgie, what's happening, people?
Yo, Casho, baby. They're putting that pressure on you, baby, but don't crack. You're going to do good. I got faith in you. You're my favorite.
Thank you. You know, I got my earmuffs on high, so it's just all work, It's all work. I'm prepared, man.
You're not giving any bullshit. Time to fuck up, straight up, man. Yeah. Talking about somebody to fuck up. Great show. This show is top 5 all time, all day long. I don't care what anybody says. TBV forever.
We can't be top 3 at least. Top 3.
Yeah, man.
Number 1.
Easy now. Easy. Yo, but check this out. Let me get on Abel Sanchez. Because that nigga don't know about me. This man think he gonna come here and build these lies on top of lies. And nobody gonna call you out? Dude, you crazy. Number 1, man, if fucking Peter Quinn is your boy, when he said that they sent the contract later one out, you should have checked him. That's number one. Number two, when this man talking about Lomachenko, what? Who have been more babysitter than Lomachenko besides fucking Santa Cruz? That he got a win off of fucking who? Rocky Martinez from Puerto Rico, the man that is supposed to be backing up? When that man be holding title for the WBO shit, and every time they needed to pass it on, they go to him? Who they fooling with this shit? Nobody. They killed the pound for pound list. They kill it. This mafia killed this shit. Then nobody can come here saying anything, because it doesn't make the sense. The ranking don't make sense, and then you got this man here bamboozling people with Lomachenko. What? Not Lomachenko. Be Rocky. What? So that would prove what? How many clean fights? I want you to ask every caller. How many clean fights you see Rocky Martinez fucking win? One with Salido. One after that, robberies and fucking close shit that you don't even care about. And this is what this man talking about. Fuck out of here, Abel. But like always, great show. Thumbs up and support.
Who's your top five? Top five, Georgie. Top five.
I'm going to give you my top 10 list. This is for the mafias. I got fucking Ross Aka, number one. The stripper who fought Peter Quillen, number two. I got Leo Santa Cruz, the line, number three. Should I go down the list all the way?
Do you have the gay boxer on there? Because it sounds like you're going that way. I don't know his name, but he wear the colors.
I'm challenging you too little to our debate. I call it say on Sunday, it will be a great idea to have caller against caller. And challenging the guy way out. I'm calling you out too little. Come on, face me. Whatever you want to talk, and I want only UK callers to vote who was the best. UK caller, I'm going to your motherfucking side, nigga.
Oh, calm down, yo. He got the tremble in his voice. Calm him down.
So, I'm outie.
Howdy.
Yo, all I'm going to say is he always finds a slick way not to make picks so that he never is on the hook. And that all happened after I took his hair. See, because a lot of you guys just now meeting Georgie, and it's like, oh, Georgie, my favorite caller. But I tamed the beast last year. I made him cut his hair on video for them bad picks. And ever since then, he just doesn't pick. He does that. Ross Salka and the stripper. Yeah, because he knows we're gonna be on his list with a microscope. 612, you're live. Give us your top five.
Yeah, what's up, TBV? This is DJ. And I just want to say big up to the interview. I loved every minute of it. That's why I love listening to y'all. That's why y'all are the best. Love the Abel Sanchez interview. But to my top five, I would have to go with Andre Ward, number one, Manny Pacquiao, number two, Canelo, three, and these last two, I'm being very, very generous here, but I would have to say number four, Tyson Fury, because of the win over Klitschko. And then, last but not least, I'll have to go with Triple G. I mean, even though he hasn't been facing the top level of opposition, or he doesn't have a top name yet, he's been looking indecisive or decisive against the opposition he has had. But that's my top five. And again, thank you for the great show, and thanks to the person who even did the on-demand show.
Bruce, that is.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Caller, don't hang up yet. I have a question for you. I might have spaced in your 1 and 2. Did you say Floyd Mayweather or no? But you do have Manny Pacquiao on that list?
He said Pacquiao.
I know he has Manny Pacquiao like number 3 or 4, but I didn't hear Floyd. That's crazy. Okay.
Floyd's not active though, so if you're not.
Yeah, but we don't know if this guy's active. He announced retirement.
Well, all right. 612.
I guess. Yeah, that's right. All right. Cool.
When you announce your retirement, that means you're retired. You got to announce that you're unretired to mean that you're active.
Because has Pacquiao actually announced, said, I am retired?
Well, I mean, for Pacquiao, it's different, right? Because at least his promoter's saying he's coming back. That's for sure that he's coming back. The opponent is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Okay.
559, you're live. Give us your top five.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, I got my top 5, but I'm writing them all down. Hey, can you shoot me Jose's and 914 Prince's list real quick?
Prince is.
I got Ward,
Rigo, Kovalev, Roman, and
Gonzalez.
Crawford.
Crawford, okay. How about Jose?
Jose had Floyd on that one.
Jose is Floyd, Triple G, Ward, Crawford, Kovalev.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks a lot. I'm writing them all down because I'm going to count this up.
Oh, that's
hey,
what's up.
here's mine.
So I can stop, is what you're telling me? Because I'm
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
tired of doing this.
Well, I'm doing it. You know,
Jada.
man, I've been thinking about this show all day, so I'm highly interested in seeing what the outcome is, man.
So what's your
this is,
list? You
this
got
is,
us
Alex,
anxious now.
Alex Lemon, man.
We know who is London on the
Huh?
track, man. We waiting for Enrique.
Oh,
Lemon on the track.
okay. Yeah. Hey, that's going to be the intro. Fucking every time I call, Casual is just going to say, London on the track.
I'm gonna try to find some Beyonce with lemonade was a popular drink.
All right, check it out. Number 1, Triple G. Number 2, Danny Garcia. Number 3, Terrence Crawford. Number 4, Pacquiao. And number 5, Andre Ward.
Okay.
All right, decent list. Lemon, let me get to some others. Yo, Danny Garcia creeping on the list. 323, you're up. Who's this?
Hey, Santiago, what's up?
Santiago.
All right, so let me just shoot through my list really quickly. Number 1, Roman Gonzalez. Number 2, Sergey Kovalev. Number 3, Gennady Golovkin. Number 4, Terrence Crawford. And number 5, Vasil Lomachenko.
All right, Santiago. You know, it's so funny that people will put Crawford in there. See, this is why I say, Wingy, the resume is important, because people are putting Crawford in there based off postal, but it obviously has to be along with the body of work, right?
Yeah. What about Gamboa?
That's what I'm saying, body of work. They're giving him credit for the body of work because
Resume.
Because no one's mentioning Carl Frampton, who basically did better than fucking Crawford. He beat people in his division who were the number 1 and number 2.
But it's got Vasil Lomachenko in there, so it's not all about resume for him, though, is it?
Yeah, you're right.
Ba-ding!
Hey, where's your
Jada.
soundboard at? Where's your soundboard? 602, you're up. Top 5, dead or alive? Kidding. Current only.
Top 3 year.
602.
All right, give me a second.
Oh my God! Put the hand up.
Hello? Hello? Do you hear me?
We hear you now. Who's this?
This is Mike from Arizona, man.
Mike, what
Mikey
up?
Mike.
Mikey Mike.
First time caller.
Before I give you my top 5, oh yeah, what's up, Casio? What's up, Wingy? How you guys doing, man?
Mikey Mike, what's up?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, thank you. Top 5, what you got?
Okay, before I give you my top 5, this is why you don't have fans voting for this type of shit, man. Danny Garcia, no, but get the fuck out of here, man. All right, but I do give Garcia credit for some wins. But this is why, like, people didn't have a problem when ESPN had Floyd number 1, when the Ring had Floyd number 1, right? But when they have somebody else, all of a sudden everybody has a problem, right? Because I mean, I'm gonna get you on this one, Nash. You said that the list is HBO driven, right?
Golden Boy driven and HBO driven.
It depends what list you're looking at, right? Because when you're talking to HBO's list, they only talking Roman, Golovkin.
He's talking the Ring magazine list.
All right. When you look at the Ring.
No. I'm going for all the important lists in the U.S. Like you got the Ring, ESPN, USA Today, the Transnational Boxing Rankings. They all, and all different panels too. They all have one number 1.
So this is not like, so it's just a coincidence that they have Roman Gonzalez as number 1. Everybody. Every single important list
let me tell you
in
something.
the USA have a flyweight number 1.
Hey, Daddy, slow down. How long you been listening to this show?
Forever, man. All the time. I've called in like
Give me
3
a
times.
year. Give me a year count.
This is my 3rd time.
No, a year count. I need a year count. How long?
¿Cuántos años usted está escuchando el show?
About a couple of years, man.
All right. So you heard of the name Victor Salazar?
Victor Salazar?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. He used to cover for you.
Exactly. Right.
For the Boxing Voice.
He was also a host on this show. You know that Victor Salazar is on that what you called it? What's the ranking system you called it?
Transnational.
There you go. You know he's on that, right?
The transnational.
Yeah. You know he's on there, right?
Oh, so what?
Okay. What I want to tell you with that is that as well as the USA Today, it would, you know, that what's this guy? Coppinger's on there, right? So what I'm saying is most of these writers are in the BWAs. It's the Boxing Writers Association, and that gives them the ability to vote on these said rankings and Fighters of the Year, Fights of the Year, all those things. The same people. It doesn't matter that you're going to ESPN because it's not like, let's say, again, they pull from everyone, right? They have, like I said, they got Vic, but they got, you know, Tim Smith from DC. You know, they have people all over. They have people from the UK. And every ranking system does that. If you go to the ring and you read at the bottom, they say it's a body of journalists, right? It's the same journalists. When I go to the fight, I see the same journalists, my friend. So it is no mystery that you find the same number 1 because they're all the same fucking boxing hipsters with pocket protectors, bro. What you talking about? You gonna tell me that you've been watching fucking Roman Chocolatico how many years now? Because I know I've been doing this show for fucking like 5-6 years, right? 4 years at the very least. And none of you guys, especially you who said you've been listening for 3 years now, 2 years, even 1 I'll give you. You
No.
You
2 years, but I haven't been calling.
Nes, I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you. A lot of people have started to say Roman, and in the past.
Listen, J-Ro is a Texas caller that I got there. He's been listening to this show since the existence of it. And maybe J-Ro told me about Chocolatico in 2013, maybe even 12 when I went to Texas for Adrian Broner.
And Nelta as well when he used to call him.
Nelta too. Flyweight. Yeah. He loves the little guys.
Okay, but my point is this: Did somebody argue when Mayweather first retired, when they had Pacquiao number 1? Did somebody argue then? No.
Well, you can't argue that, right?
Did somebody argue when? Okay, but did they argue when Mayweather was number 1 too?
But you can't argue that either.
Well, if you follow Roman's career like I did, like you said, J-Ro and Iota, which people I know and I follow on Twitter for a long time, and I know you can say whatever that I don't call a lot to your show. You're right about that, but I do listen to you guys a lot. I like your videos and stuff like that because I do appreciate what you guys do. But what I'm saying is, like, it makes like people come to your show and just say like dumb things, like just because they don't follow the small division doesn't mean that this writer. So what are these writers biased about towards Roman? Is Roman like the big star in the U.S.? He's not even like a big known person in the U.S. And yet these people are still voting for him number 1. That says something about him. Because I mean, why don't people vote for Deontay Wilder? Because he's a heavyweight. How come he's not number 1? Why is these voters not voting for Deontay Wilder? He's a known guy. He's a heavyweight, a glamorous division in the U.S. So if they're biased towards somebody, they would have to be biased towards somebody that's known in the U.S. So my point is, if they're voting for a flyweight, number 1, that says something about the guy. So
if I could just say something quickly.
This is where my top 5 comes from. Number 1, based on resume, on entire career, I mean, this little guy has more champions beaten than Andre Ward and Kovalev combined. That's a fact. He's been more champions, former world champions. In his resume, been Ward and Kovalev combined. That's a fact. If you don't believe me, look it up. So I have my number one is Roman Gonzalez, hands down. Andre Ward is number two, because again, he's been inactive, but he still has the resume and the talent. Number three, Kovalev. Number four, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. And number five, I had either Regal or Crawford in there. And Regal only beaten Donaire like how many years ago? Like 5 years ago.
Which
I
one
gotta
is
go
it?
with Crawford, number 5.
Okay, Crawford. All right, brother. Well, great call. You see, I don't know why you only called 3 times. You need to be.
That's a hardcore list right there. I have one of those names on my list. So
yeah. I mean, you know, the thing is, Roman could have got 4 titles, you know, in those divisions, but my right leg weighs 112 pounds. So
the thing is, there's those who actually know Roman and know his skills, and there's those who want to attach themselves to Roman Gonzalez because you were perceived as having more boxing knowledge. I myself, I haven't seen all of his fights, but I'm trying to educate myself. Therefore, I don't want to give a full opinion until I've not only seen his fights, but know his opponents as well. I'm not just going to jump on that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly, because we're giving Gennady Golovkin shit for, you know, not having the best of resume. But because this guy beat a couple of belt holders. Like, I mean, look, we got callers that call in here and tell me Daniel Gill is incredible. I can argue that, right? So you're going to tell me a bunch of guys that Roman beat at one freaking 101 or 111? I mean, look, I don't know.
105. And another thing, right? Like, it's not entertaining to me to watch him fight names that I don't know. Like, I'm driven by that in fights.
But what they're gonna say to you and I is that it's not their fault. We're ignorant, right? Like, we don't know his opponents.
I can call it not interested, not ignorant. You know.
Exactly. No, listen, I'm with you because. Yeah, they call me Casual Ness. You're Casual Fan, but I'm Casual Ness. You know it. You know I'm not going to watch no damn hardcore Roman Gonzalez. Listen, I watched his biggest name to me is Brian Valoria, who's old and tired already. You know what I'm saying? He's tired.
I'm learning. I'm watching. I'm trying to educate myself.
And Wingy will educate us.
Share that.
832, you're up. Who's this? Actually, I'm sorry, 832. I'm so sorry. I skipped 702 was ahead of you. I apologize. Damn. Let me see here.
Dude, this is fucking Robert Yeah, thank you for that, Nestor. Dude, oh my god. I fucking hate boxing fans so much. Like, I love this debate because it's unwinnable, but it's like some of the ridiculous, just fucking piece of shit fucking hipster answers I've heard in the past 2 hours blows my fucking mind. Are you kidding me? You're going to rate fucking Guillermo Rigondeaux's win over
That's for the F-bomb. Slow down. You're hurting Wingy. Wingy doesn't like that many F-bombs.
How are you going to... No, listen, Casual. You don't know anything about boxing. Listen,
I know a little bit.
How are people? You listen. You know a lot about boxing, but listen. How are you gonna fucking put Lomachenko in the top 5 pound for fucking pound? The motherfucker lost to Orlando Toledo. Get the fuck out of here, all right? And you're gonna fucking put him above fucking Triple G. You're a fucking piece of shit hipster boxing fan, and I fucking hate you. You're going to put Rigo's win over Donaire, which was a great win. At that time, Donaire cleaned out his division, moved up and cleaned out that division. There's a list that HBO always puts up of the top guys in the division at that said time. And you look at that list, and then a fucking year later, he's got wins over all of them. He's fucking gnarly, right? Back then. And Rigo beat him. That was an amazing win. And that was like 3 or 4 years. That was like 4 or 5 years ago now. And Tyson Fury fucking just beat Klitschko, who looked invincible for 8+ fucking years. It was a boring fight, but he figured out how to do it. How else do you beat Klitschko? In the last 8 years, no one else knew how to answer that question. Tyson Fury gave us an answer. He fucking beat a guy who looked invincible, fucking lineal champion, held all the fucking belts. Tyson Fury beat him. But somehow Donaire's 2.5-year excellent reign for 2.5 years trumps that victory. That's fuck you. Just fuck you. You're a piece of shit. And dude, like, oh my gosh. And listen, to go with what the last caller was saying about Chocolatito, the thing is, there is an agenda for HBO and for these writers, and I'll tell you why. And Ness, you know, you hung out. You know, we don't have to mention names of certain writers who want to be part of the fucking in crowd and hang out and get the media credentials and go to the banquet dinners with the Hall of Fames. Those guys want to do that, okay? And all those transgender fucking rankings.
Transgender rankings.
Is that what I said? Oh, my bad. Sorry. The trans fucking continental, whatever the fuck, right? Those guys, I'm going to tell you this. This is going to make sense to you now. HBO ran out of fighters because Al Heyman signed all of them. They were left with 3 guys. They were left with fucking Little Chocolate, fucking Triple G, and fucking Andre, maybe someday he'll fight Ward. Okay? That's all they got. So now all of a sudden, this fucking flyweight division that no one gave a fuck about, now all of a sudden Little Chocolate's the best fighter in the world. Like, and now all of a sudden, the transgender rankings all recognizes them. Now all of a sudden ESPN, sorry, I said it again, the transnational rankings recognizes them. All of a sudden all these organizations start saying, yeah, he is the best. Yeah, well, you just ignored him for the last 10 years. He's been the fucking man, but you've been ignoring him. And all of a sudden you're going to throw him up there because now HBO ran out of fighters, so they got to put this guy on your TV. But he has been that good. To go with what that caller was saying, he has been beating multiple champions. He has been doing that stuff. Maybe you guys haven't seen it. Maybe I myself haven't seen it. But he has been doing this work, and the longevity is there. So you gotta put him up there based on the fucking longevity. But there is an agenda that these guys have. Don't let that caller fool you. These fucking guys, these writers, they're ranking them because now HBO is putting them in our face.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Rockstar. You didn't give us our top five, your top 5. And then transgender, you got to slow down because we have transgender people in the comments and transgender listeners. We want to keep them. You know, they like boxing too. Let's not offend them. Your top 5.
You guys know I'm a rock star. My biggest fan is a transgender. Like, I literally talk to him every day. So I mean, no offense to anyone. It's just a Freudian slip because I have to talk about it regularly. So
you're live. Top 5.
No offense to anyone. My top 5. I'm gonna go with Little Chocolate. That longevity is nar, and the fashion he puts these guys away. He hardly ever even struggles.
That Valoria fight was a snooze.
It was good, you know, but he wins. Tyson Fury, that massive win, that trumps every win that I've seen in the past fucking 5 years.
Except Mayweather.
Triple G. Yeah, you're right. But sorry, Mayweather, the way he defeated Pacquiao was awesome. But then I'll go to Triple G because if we rate Pacquiao's wins highly over everything he's done in welterweight, he was beating a lot of the guys Mayweather beat, and we still gave him credit for that. Well, Triple G beat all the guys that Martinez beat and destroyed them, just obliterated them, all of them. I've never seen Triple G lose a single round. I've been watching for the last 6 years. Haven't seen him lose a round. I've seen him take like 4 punches.
Number 4.
He just obliterates these guys. These are top 10 guys. No, that's my number 3. My number 2 fighter is Pacquiao, who is active. Just beat a great fighter in Timothy Bradley, and he has the biggest body of work of everybody. My number 1 guy, and I didn't think I'd go to this, but my number one guy is fucking Kovalev, because he's like Triple G, but he does have the signature win over B-Hop that Triple G is lacking.
Signature.
And I didn't think I'd have him there, but when I started to analyze it, Kovalev's there. He rarely looks too bad, maybe a round or two, and then he obliterates the guy. And he has the signature
But
win.
he was 50 years old.
Have a better signature win over Stevenson, but that's it, man. That's what I got. I know I talk shit on everybody, but now you can go crucify me because my list probably sucks too. There's no way to win this argument.
All right, Rob.
I'm out.
We will win this argument once we tally up all these damn.
Rob is semi-hipster.
He is a hipster.
I think he's hipster. He wears a beanie.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to chuck Gonzalez in there, man.
I wasn't expecting that either. He had him as number one.
Come on, dissing the hipsters kind of, and then chucked it in there, didn't he?
No, he is a hipster, and he does wear a beanie, and he even watches Sinisha Estrada, so you know this dude's a super hipster. You know? Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat any of these dudes. I know them all. They can never lie to me. I know each and every one of them. MD loves Abel in the bunch. We got 832. You're live. Give us your top 5.
Oh.
Whoa, NO on the radio, picking up live. You on the Boxing Voice top 5.
Who's
you
that?
got it? NO, I can't wait to hear yours.
I got my top 5. It ain't nothing flashy, brain. None of that shit that's in the frying pan. I'm flipping it 2 and 3 times, and I'm throwing salt all over the fucking table and shit. You hear me? It's real simple,
Catfish?
I got Mayweather at number.
Damn, Mayweather. Okay, Floyd.
Wait, what you said? Alright, go ahead. But I got Mayweather number 1, bro. I got Wall number 2. I got Pacquiao number 3. I got Bradley on there. And I got Triple G, and then you can throw Kovalev in there for a while, cuz. I base mine all body of work, but Triple G and Kovalev, he got that signature win, but he still need to beat Wall. That damn 50-year-old Bernard Hopkins, bro. I mean, I'm not buying that shit. I don't care if he had a belt or not, man. That dude wearing Big G, man. You hear me? I see how this shit passes, man. I ain't going with that like that. I'm gonna give it to him just 'cause that B-Hop and he a legend. But nah, he got to beat Wall. He beat Wall, he gonna jump up in that. He gonna jump up in that rankings, man. You understand? Now, that's a solid pick. That's solid picks right there. And you can't argue with either one of them. Everybody got to buy their work on that.
See, I ain't got Floyd in my top 5 because I didn't think because he's not active.
I might have Floyd in my top 5 just based off of
I'm just saying, 'cause we don't know if
names.
he's active or not. We don't really know. He's supposed to be fighting next May or something, or sometime at the end of this year, maybe Pacquiao or something. Pacquiao's supposed to be retired too.
You dreaming? Hey, NO, stop dreaming. But let me get to some
dreaming?
other. Come on, man.
Dreaming?
Ain't nothing official with him.
I haven't got him in mind because he's not active, but I don't know, man.
NO, let me get to some other callers. Yeah, you the only one heard that, NO. I'm serious. Ain't nobody heard that. But listen, let me get to some other callers. You know I got to get things moving here because we got so many. I think this is Cali Crown. We got to you already, right? Let me know. Is you or
I think so. I know the name was told.
You got to me.
All right. I know we got to him, but you know that 5:30, it might be somebody else. 817, you're live. Give us your top 5. 817, go on once. Go on twice.
Hey, what up?
It's just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, who's this?
This is Big Jones.
Big John. Oh, I thought you said you couldn't call in, man. I already got your list.
Yeah. Nah, but what do you call it? I was just gonna call in. Are we counting Pacquiao? Because if we count Pacquiao, then I'm changing it.
I mean, why wouldn't you count Pacquiao? His promoter said he's coming back. I mean,
I didn't know if that was
not why wouldn't you? Let me rephrase that. Not why wouldn't you, but yeah, we're accepting. I mean, shit, we're even taking Floyd. It's whatever you want, really, right? If you want to live in that world that Floyd is still active and.
But we need definition because if Floyd's in, that would change a lot of people's picks.
Yeah, can I clarify something? Because you said the past 3 years, so there's that 3-year window. Floyd fought within there.
But he's not active now.
He's not active now, but he still fought in there, and someone got to take that spot, and it wasn't Manny Pacquiao.
Uh-oh. Now you really can't find a way to put Kell Brook in there.
What was that, little jingle bell? Who put that out there?
That was me, man.
That was the bell for the tea.
Oh, shit, got the butler going to come down. Wingy, can I help you with anything?
Cup of tea, please, mate. Go on, caller. Go caller, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say if I what do you call it? Next on my list, I got Ward number 1, number 2 I had Kovalev, number 3 I had Rigondeaux, and number 4 I had I think Crawford, and number 5 I had Thurman. But if Pacquiao is out of retirement, I'll move Thurman out, and then I'll put Pacquiao number 4, and then drop Crawford to number 5.
Well,
That's
listen.
my call. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet so y'all get to everybody else.
All right, let me see how many Floyds we got, man. There's not that many.
That's because people didn't assume he was on there. I'm guessing.
I mean, it's the desperate Floyd fans. They got to keep him relevant. The dude isn't fighting. There's nothing official that's been mentioned. I mean, it's nothing as official as Bob Arum saying Pacquiao's coming back, right? There's no Leonard Ellerby saying anything like that. 770, you're live. Give us your top 5. We got to speed it up, ladies and gentlemen. We about to be off air.
All right, I want to go with what Abel Sanchez was trying to go, but I want to be more consistent with that theme than he was. I think his picks were not as consistent with his criteria that he was saying. I like the guys that show good in the ring, like when they fight, they destroy their opponents. And my list is based on 3 things. Guys who are very highly skilled and very aggressive, and they're undefeated. And the list goes, starting from 5, Anthony Joshua.
Boom!
Is the best heavyweight out there. I put him at 5. That guy's going to beat everybody at heavyweight as long as he fights intelligently and does what we know he can do. He's going to beat everybody at heavyweight. So number 5, Anthony Joshua.
True.
Number 4, I have Kovalev at number 4. Again, this list is consistent with guys who have skills and they're destroyers and entertainers in the ring. Number 3, I have Errol Spence Jr. I know people ain't gonna like that, but I don't give a fuck. And a lot of that is, like I said, it's consistent with my criteria, and it's also perceptive of
Errol Spence, I think. Errol Spence.
I think Errol Spence is going to be the guy that's really going to move up in the pound-for-pound rankings in the future. Number 2, I got Lomachenko. Look what he did to Martinez. Guy super aggressive, super intelligent, and then Triple G at number 1, super intelligent, super aggressive. One thing you said about my list is just consistent with what my criteria is. Guys who are very smart, intelligent fighters, aggressive, and they're all undefeated.
Well, all right. I take it this is real talk, right?
Yes, sir. You know it.
Been a long time, my friend. Thanks for calling in. I must tell everybody that he is a hipster, and the list indicates such things. I mean, wow, Earl Spence Jr. That is a brave.
That's surprising, but
it's natural behavior for a hipster. Get in front of everybody. Let me get in front of Wingy. Let me get in front of the world. Earl Spence is that guy. I knew it before everybody. That's the behavior of hipsters. Like Lomachenko, Joshua.
That was a great pick. Hit the like button, people.
This is why we had to do this show. And I'm only laughing not at his list, at the, I guess, wide perception of what are the criteria? What is the criteria?
It's all over the place, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, people, because look, he's obviously using a criteria that we both spoke about in the beginning of the show, eye test. There's no other way you could put Joshua, Lomachenko, and Spence in the top 5 pound for pound without saying you're basing it off eye test.
It's basically you're looking at potential, what they can do, especially with Errol Spence.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that some of my top 5's like that as well, to be honest.
Yeah, but Wingy, let's be honest. Real talk threw a Hail Mary to himself. That's with Earl Spence. It's like he's in the end zone. He just lobbed it up and just kept fucking running and caught it himself. Yo, Spence right now, that was, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Thanks for calling in, Real Talk. 540. Good to see you back. I guess you changed your mind. I hope so. And even if you didn't, I'm glad to see you back. 540, you're live. Give us your top 5.
Go.
Yo, this is Mike Jerry, man.
Mike Jerry.
Yo, what's good with y'all fellas, man? So at number 5, I got Tim Bradley. Number 4, I got Danny Garcia. Number 3, I got Andre Ward. Number 2, Pacquiao. Number 1, Floyd. That's what
Okay.
Bradley, Garcia, Ward, Pacquiao, Floyd.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Whole thing. All right.
What? You had something else? Go ahead, man. I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead, fellas.
All right, man. Well, thank you for calling in. Yeah. So I just got to make some lines because we got too many fucking callers, and I had to go to another page.
This just goes to show how subjective this all is. It's people coming with opinions from all over the place. Need to hear the UK represent a little bit more. Let's get Paul Smith up in there.
I just want to give a big shout out to Bruce, and it's not a cheap plug. It's actually real. I mean, look. I mean, you got guys calling coming out the woodworks, right? We had a caller that's been listening for 3 years that only's called 2 times, and which today made his 3rd time. This is a touchy subject. We've been holding a consistent amount of viewers while doing this show, which means that it's an entertaining one for people. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to Bruce again. Let me see here. That was 770, and we're at 310. You're up. Who's this? You're live. Give us your top 5. I'm hungry, man.
Me too.
Yo, going once, going twice.
Anderson, here. Bueller.
He's sick.
Casual, here. Wingy,
here.
Nestor,
here.
Caller.
Oh, you slacking.
Wait.
Wait.
That was good, Casual. I like that one. I like that one, yeah.
You there? He just said, yo. Oh, man, he's slacking. Yo.
The delay, though. That delay.
Go to detention, brother.
You got to talk, brother. Hello? We hear you. Don't be afraid. Just talk.
Des, hello?
We hear you. Is this Info Joe? I swear, Info Joe, if this is you.
Info Joe, man. What's up, brother? No, I had a bad earpiece.
Oh man, Info Joe, I wasn't trying to pick on you. You one of my favorite people in the world, man. What's up, Info Joe? It ain't a show without Info Joe.
Hello?
Hey man, good show, my brother. Good show. Shout out to all the TV fam listeners out there. Hey, yo, Ness, I love the way you go in on them, man. You be cornering their ass when you be interviewing them, man. They can't escape, man. They can't escape. Hey, that shit was funny. Good show. Let me give you my top 5. I know you got a lot of listeners. Hey, I'm going with Ward number
60 seconds.
Man ain't lost since he was 12 years old, man. Him, I got Pac number 2. Out of everybody, to be honest, they are the most proven. Everybody's calling in with their list, but that shit subject to change by next year, man, because the rest of them are not proven to me. They still have, even though I like some of the fighters that the people are calling in, and I wish them the best, and maybe they will be the number 1 pound for pound, but none of them are proven. I'm talking about the even I got Rickendale on my list, but he only beat Donaire, and I'm only going off his skills. So it's the pound for pound list. It is kind of based on your opinion, but let me give you my rest though. I got Ward, I got Pac-Man, I
10 seconds.
Fury. I only got Fury because he beat the man. That's the heavyweight division. So you got to put the heavyweight division in there. I got Kovo. But since everybody's throwing in there Crawford, I'm going to say Thurman for number 5. Shit, fuck it.
Don't duck me, fun.
So it's Ward, Pack, Thurman, Fury, Kovalev?
No, it's Ward, Pack, Fury, Kovo, Thurman.
Okay, Thurman left. All right, Info Joe, thanks for calling in. All right, we've officially given Bruce an extra full hour, okay, Bruce? So you better not be mad, because yesterday he was mad that the other caller got a bunch of, the other show got a bunch of time. But that's it. We're not going to be messing up no more, because this going overboard is killing me. I'm over here starving. Wingy ain't get to eat either. It's
I come from work straight here, man.
I know. It's like a whole nother day, so he didn't eat dinner or breakfast because of y'all.
Me too. I've been up since 3:30, came straight home, logged on, jumped into the boxing voice.
What we do, man.
We hungry, so somebody order me a pizza. 832, you're live. Give me your top 5.
Go!
832. 832.
Good. This is Joe.
Joe from
What's Gully?
Joe, can you hear me?
Joe from where?
Joe from Philly.
Philly. Joe from Philly. What up?
Real quick, I want to say first, the way I do my top 5s, I go by the eye test first. And people like yourself and Ring Magazine and all those people, they confirm it. You know, they confirm what I see with my eyes. That being said, Gennady, number 1. Ward, number 2. Kovalev, number 3. Crawford, number 4. In all honesty, I had Lomachenko, number 5, because my eyes tell me that this guy is the truth. But I'm going with Pacquiao, number 5. Just to move this thing forward for the next 5 years. This is the top 5 I see within the next 5 years.
Wait.
Going forward.
Wait. Before you go with your future 5, Ward, Triple G, Kovalev, Pack, who?
It's Gennady, Ward, Kovalev, Crawford, and Pacquiao.
Crawford.
Good to hear somebody using an eye test as well, man.
Everybody's using it.
No, they're not. Some people are using resume.
There's not much you could use.
Moving
resume.
Moving this thing forward within the next 5 years, the dominant people, it's gonna sound redundant. Well, the first name is Gennady. He's gonna be here. Ward, he's gonna be here. Spence Jr., Andre, and Better Beef.
Oh, first time we've heard Better Beef. Better Beast.
Yeah, Better Beast in the division. All right, Joe from Philly, thank you for calling in.
Philly cheesesteak.
I know, right? I could go for some of that right now. I'm starving.
I can't wait to drop my top 5.
Oh,
I've got mine.
Killer one?
I got mine.
Is it killer though?
I hope so. I also got like my 6th man, if you know what that means, and I also got my era all-time greatest. You know.
All right, look how modest and how much of a great person Bruce is. He's been on hold. I didn't even know, and he didn't even text me or nothing to say he's on hold. But it is your go, Bruce. So you're live. Give us your top 5.
All right, man. First, I'm going to give my top 5 for the active guys. Number 5, Rigondeaux. Number 4, Gennady Golovkin. Number 3, Crawford. Number 2, Danny Swift. And number 1 is the winner of Ward and Kovalev. And then Floyd is the all-time king.
Damn. Bruce.
Floyd is obviously my number 1. What?
I was gonna say you went in reverse. That's dope. I'm gonna do that reverse. I'm gonna steal that. But and you got Floyd as number 1. You're the second person.
Good show, Bruce. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Bruce. This one definitely kept the callers
Thank
coming.
you guys for doing it, man.
This one, we still got a shitload. Like this one definitely has a lot of people interested. There's still a lot of callers left.
And Ness feels sorry for all of them, so he don't want to stop the show and go eat.
I know.
That deserves thumbs up.
Because I know they there, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you ain't get to me." I'm gonna see all the tweets in the morning. They're gonna make me feel like an asshole, and it's just that I haven't eaten since fucking 2:00. Yeah.
No comment for me. Let's go. We got this. Let's go. Let's get through them.
So Bruce.
All right, but what's up?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I want to get into my generation now. Number one, I'm gonna go to opposite now. I'm gonna start at number one. Number one, Floyd Mayweather. Number two, Roy Jones Jr. Number three, Mike Tyson. Number four, Paulie. Number five, B-Hop. Number four is not Paulie Malignaggi. Number four is Paulie Spadafora, who dominated Floyd Mayweather in sparring.
Yo, you really brought that up. Pittsburg.
I thought you said Paulie Malignaggi.
I thought it was the Magic. I thought it was the Magic Man.
I thought it was the Magic Man as well.
Nah, he's from Pittsburgh, man. Paul Spadafora is from Pittsburgh. So, you know,
Dre hardcore.
Bruce is gonna bring up. He's gonna pick up his boy.
What might have been?
Yeah, he's the sellout in the Mountaineer. He's the sellout in the Mountaineer Casino.
Yes, he is. He's out in Vegas right now, though, I heard.
Yeah, he's probably. I mean, he used to train with the Porters, man. Remember them days when Ken used to call?
Yeah.
Ken, I know you listening, man. We still love you over here, man. Knock it off. Bygones be bygones, man. Anyway, yeah, man. Good show, Bruce. Definitely. All right, brother. Stick around. We'll come back, man. We'll close it out with you.
Have a good one, man.
Stick around. We're gonna close it out with you. 906, you're up live. Give us your top 5. 906. 906. 906.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo, it's Kylo.
Who is it?
Kylo from Northern Michigan. New number.
I'm not. You guys understand?
Shiloh.
Shiloh. Michigan.
Shiloh from Michigan. New phone number.
Oh, Shiloh.
What's up, Shiloh?
Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks for taking the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in. Doors are open always.
On this call, to me, number one is easy. It's vacant right now. For sure. Number one though will be the winner out of Andre Ward and Kovalev. In my mind, that'll be number one. Or if Floyd comes back, he'll be number one easily. And then I would have Andre Ward at 2. After the vacant spot, it's Andre Ward. I have Kovalev, Chocolatito, easy. Triple G. That'd be my 4 after the vacant spot. And like, man,
give
all
me
these
that.
other callers calling in saying,
Hey, give me
names like Loma, Stanton, Garcia.
Yeah, give me that list one more time, brother. Give me again. Vacant. You got vacant then?
Yeah, number 1's vacant.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Andre Ward.
Okay.
3 is Kovalev.
Got it.
4 Chocolate Cheeto and 5 Triple G. And this is, I believe these lists are very fluid too, you know? Go by whatever people want to base their list off of. But all these other names people are saying, many of them are like gonna be up there, but they still have that like 1 or 2 things they gotta prove yet. And I believe after this year is over, we'll have a very more clear scenario of the top 5 easy. And if Pacquiao's back, he's got to be in that list too.
Well, all right, Shiloh.
Him in there.
Thanks for your list, brother. We're gonna get to some others. We're trying to finish this up and actually get you an answer. Hopefully, Alex Lemon on the chat could definitely get us a tally before me because I got a lot. 310, you're up. You're live. Top 5.
What up, man? This is JP.
JP, what up?
JP.
Man, how are you guys?
We're all good, brother.
Hungry.
I hear you. I'm gonna be fast, man. I just want you to load the clip for me, if you don't mind,
for all them 3G ball washers, them Gennady ball washers.
I'm here for you, MD Doctor.
Yo, he said load it, not shoot it. That's cocking it, baby.
Oh, my bad.
Just get your sound bites right, man.
I stepped in the wrong time.
Go on, JP, go.
Hey, Casual, I'm not mad at you. But that's for the 3G ball washers, the Gennadys, because it's clear, and Abel was putting his foot in his mouth, dude. It's clear that he has no interest in Laura. Zero. And then even with what he said, both things he says was kind of contradictory of the other, but how would you even believe them at this point if Laura did send a contract for no absolute reason? Because it doesn't sound to me like Abel has zero interest in that guy and just using stupid ass basis of what we like to see. Like, how the fuck do you know what we want to see? And I thank you, Ness, for bringing that shit up, because it's a large demographic of fans that's like, yeah, I want to see that technical prowess against your fight style. So, man, that's why I want the clip loaded for them. Another thing is these fucking millennials. Has the street light come on yet? You know, because these fuckers need to go in the house, dude, acting like life never existed before 2006 or some shit. You know what I mean? So to be dismissive, it's a 15-year-old right now who would say, I really never really known much about Sugar Ray Leonard. We don't have to go as far as Robinson. Dude, you can't just act like these dudes didn't exist because it was a long time ago. That's like disrespectful as shit. As far as the list goes, man, I think some time should be spent on making a criteria. And I think two of the biggest criteria have to be resume, opposition, and tenure. 3. So if it's like you're getting the criteria for what wins a round, they have 5. Say we make 5 for this pound for pound, because it's getting stupid as fuck with guys calling in like Lomachenko, and I think Crawford's ridiculous. You know what I mean? These guys get these like dudes like stuck in the moment or some shit, dude. So my list, I got 2 lists actually. One is my real list, and it's based off tenure, resume, opposition, and dominance. I have 1 being vacant. It should get filled in November. 2, I have Ward. 3, I have Pacquiao. The third person, which I'm not hearing a lot of people say, he's on this list for being active over the past years and facing top flight opposition, Canelo Alvarez. And 5, I have Kovalev. The second list I briefly have is guys who would be on the list and probably will be, but just haven't had the time or have faced the opposition yet. I have Lomachenko, I have Gennady, I have Crawford, I have Brook, I have Spence. So yeah, that's my second list, and that list is just guys who haven't maybe had the tenure or the opposition to face yet to be on the top 5 list. But yeah, man, great show tonight, really entertaining. You guys have a good one.
All right, JP, thanks for calling in,
JP,
man.
I want to give my top 5, man.
We still got a couple more, B. Almost. We almost there.
We almost there?
503, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, what up, Ness? This is Jose from Lower Oregon.
Jose.
Lower Oregon.
Yo, what up? That's right. Oregon on the map, baby.
What up?
So this is my pound for pound list. So number 5, I've given it some thought. I'm not a pound for pound list guy, but I did it for the show. So I think number 5 for me is Lomachenko. 4, I got to put Canelo in there. Number 3, Terrence Crawford. Number 2, Rigo. And number 1, Andre Ward. And yeah, that's my list. And I don't know. I've given it some
Wait,
thought,
I'm missing
these guys
one.
are pretty much the top-notch guys.
I'm missing
Sorry?
one. I got Lomo, Crawford, Rigo, Ward.
No, I got number 5, Lomo. 4, Canelo. 3, Terrence Crawford. 2, Rigondeaux. And number 1, Andre Ward. And yeah, those are.
You there? Oh, he dropped off. 478. You're up.
Hey, what's up, next? Cut West.
What's going on, brother?
Cut West, you good, man?
What's up,
Are you good?
Dickhead, I'm good, man.
All right, dickhead, keep it going then.
What's up, man?
What up? What up?
Yeah, yeah. I know you guys are hungry, so I'm just gonna give my list real quick. Number 5, I got Rigondeaux. Number 4, Danny Garcia. Number 3, Canelo. Number 2, Andre Ward. I'm about to shock everyone, my number 1 pick. I got Tyson Fury, number 1, pound for pound of all time.
That's that sound. Don't that sound bite.
Tyson Fury.
No. The fifth one, then the fifth one. The fifth one. Your
Oh, Rigondeaux.
Oh, Rigo.
And
Ricky.
is the pound for pound list. He's the god. That's my call by.
See ya.
That was good. That was a drive-by.
He always drops Mike like that too. It's like, all right, bye. You know. All right, so we're gonna let Alex tally that up. Call me back in. Call back in or press 1. Are you still out there? What number was Alex? Does anybody remember?
Which Alex?
London on the track.
Lemon on the track.
True.
That was Wingy.
I'm here, sir. What up?
Wingy. What was Alex London's area code?
I have no fucking idea.
He said he's still counting. Hold on. So we're tallying it up. We're tallying it up. That drum roll. We're tallying it up. Tallying it up.
We got to give ours first, don't we?
So we had to shorten the intro too. So here goes a special tease to all the people that stuck around past the 3 hours.
You need that there is definitely in the eyes of the year ago.
Boxingvoice.com.
Pretty gloomy.
Who made that one up? Was that by Ted DiBiase?
Yeah, that was another Dollar DiBiase on
Dollar DiBiase, man. Shout out to you, man.
It's a drive-by music, man.
That one was loud too. My ears still like, because these headphones pretty good.
I could hear gigs on that. Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. There was some drive-by music, like putting some drive-by work in music. That's
gigs. I could hear gigs on that.
Will you explain the chocolate brownie real quick, just for people that don't know? I don't know, so I want to know.
Alex, you got to check in for us, right? Did I go to the right number? 559. Yeah, there we go. What you got for us?
Yeah. Shit, man, I'm still counting, but I got Triple G already with 20, and Ward got 26.
I knew Ward was up there.
He's right there.
Ward.
And Floyd is probably like number 5. Danny Garcia missed
Floyd
it.
didn't even up there. It was only like 3 people picked Floyd.
Chocolatito was up there.
Yeah. Little hip. Because it's a hardcore show, so you know all the hipsters fall in and defend their boy.
Timothy Bradley was on that list. I don't know if he made.
He ain't make it to the finish line though. No way.
Crawford.
No, Crawford made it to the finish line. I guarantee.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm just naming names that I've heard repeatedly. Who else? Damn, Pac-Man.
Stay tuned. We got the
talent suspense, brother. The suspense.
Tuned in. We have been systematically taking a bunch of calls and writing down their top 5. Not dead, only alive and currently fighting.
And that's the official TBV pound for pound list, right?
This will become the official TBV pound for pound.
But then we have to put ours in, and it adds on.
This will be voiced by the people for the people.
We are one with the people.
We are one.
But if we put it in, ours in.
Casual can't wait. Look, he's got that.
We could knock one off, right?
Got that Hadouken charge. Casual can't wait for this.
Or we could bump one up if one has number 2 has 29 and number
Huh? can happen. That can happen.
It can happen. So the suspense
Take
built.
someone over the top. It can be you.
It could be Wingy with Kell Brook. No one named him though.
No Brook happening.
Fury was on there a couple times.
Yeah,
Of course.
He didn't even make it to the finish line.
Lineal heavyweight.
That's what I tell you about what have you done for me lately. You see, he holds one of the best wins over the last decade, but barely got mentioned.
No one named Wilder though.
Not one person.
Not one. That is true.
And Danny Garcia snuck in there, didn't they? I heard somebody mention.
Danny Garcia snuck in there.
A lot of Garcias.
I'm surprised there were very little Thurman.
He didn't make it to the finish line though, Garcia. Thurman, yeah, there was a few Thurman, probably just as much as Garcia, if not more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is once again Bruce killed that.
We got one Carl Frampton in there from Joey. Joey.
Carl Frampton, yeah, he did mention him.
Yeah. Alex, how we doing? Damn, we probably need a part 2 for this show, man.
Yeah. Man,
Damn.
Danny only got 5, man.
Who did?
Don't start shuffling numbers in there, right?
I wanted Danny to get more, but I got Roman Gonzalez. He got 11. Kovalev got 20. He tied with Triple G.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to tip it over soon.
What's that?
I'm just saying we've got to give our picks, so you can add that on, and then we'll see where we go there. You know.
Should we go in while he adds up?
Oh yeah.
How many more he got left?
Yeah. Who do you guys want? Crawford? You want Lomo?
Got a whole show.
No, we need. Look,
we want the top 5.
Yeah, we need from highest to lowest. Whoever's number 1 with the most votes.
That tie sound nice.
Where's the most?
Okay, this is dead air, man. We need to work out what's going on.
Yes,
Lord.
Yes.
That's just the waves. Yeah, baby.
Perfect.
Whoa.
Too loud?
Yeah, man.
Very.
All right, cool. Hold on a minute.
Damn.
Oh, what's up, B? Like, why you even
I don't know, man. My mixer's all whacked up.
on a live show, man?
So we're done with the call. Are the callers done? Are the callers done this?
Where my shooters at, man? Where my shooters at for this? Need to take that mixer and give it to Wingy, man. You don't know
Are the callers done this? Are the callers done, brother?
I mean, people gonna try and creep up, but the betting line is closed at this point. We got
right. So are we dropping our picks now? Our top 10, top 5?
We could, or we could wait for the tally and then see if ours is gonna take it over the top.
Okay, let's do that. But so far, it's been a really good show. I think loads of different opinions. It was good getting Ronnie Shields and Sanchez on just to hear their take on it. I felt good pushing the agenda to Sanchez. That was very satisfying, and it's been a good show. Very many different opinions, and it's going to be very interesting to see where we go.
I know Wingy better have Kell Brook on this show before the fight. The way you defending him, the Chocolate Brownie himself better come say something.
It's hilarious, man. I just love playing up to it, to be honest. I don't even know him as well as you think I do, but hey, you're going to keep doing it, so I'm
But what is Chocolate Brownie? Where's that reference from?
You'll find out in the Triple G fight.
Damn.
Alex, what we got, man?
Chocolate Brownie. Chocolate Brownie in the United States. Let me Google that.
Those are the top right there, man. The next one after that is Crawford.
All right, but give us a consistent from one to
top to bottom.
Yeah,
go. Or bottom to top even.
Well, I got top 5. I got the top 5 for you right here.
Yeah, that's all we want.
I got number 1, Ward.
Oh.
How many votes?
Ward got 26.
26.
Then you got Triple G and Kovalev. They're tied with 20. That's for number 2 and number 3. But then right after that, you got Crawford with 12. You got and Pacquiao with 12. They're tied too. Damn. But then you got the Roman Gonzalez with 11. Those are the top. But they're tied. But they're top 5.
Good work, but Roman ain't in it then.
He's not in it, no.
Yeah, the way.
Well, Roman has to be like
the way that it
10.
should be.
True. Right.
The way that it should be. The way that it should be. Alex, thank you so much.
We'll be called casual for not having Roman Gonzalez in the top 5.
So hold on, he has
Wait.
Ward.
He's got a few people. He's got a few people tied though. So
Yeah, so clarify this. Ward has 26, number 1. Triple G Kovalev 12 on number 2 area. Number 3 is Pack and Crawford with 11. So that's 5, 4, 3. We don't have a 2 and a 1, or does the ties become?
We've
2
got to
and
remember
1?
we got people listening to this, and we need to give it consistent 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Right.
That's it. And then we drop it.
So who's 2 and 1?
Ward, Triple G, Kovalev, Pacquiao, Crawford.
Yeah, but you said there was a tie in there.
Wait,
Those
Ward,
are tied
Triple
up.
G,
Bro.
Pacquiao,
Those are
Crawford.
tied out.
You're missing one. You're missing one. Ward, Triple G, Pacquiao, Crawford. Who else?
Kovalev is tied with Triple G in number 2. They both have 12. So the numbers 26, 12, and 11.
Yeah, no, that's good though. It pushes Chocolatico out, and we have 5. We only wanted 5. Now we need your vote. What you got?
Yeah, I got I do have Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna start from the bottom, right? Keith Thurman is my number 5. He didn't make the list. Then I go up to Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, number 3, above Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and Triple G. Number 1 is Triple G. Triple G, my number 1, because the eye test overrides the resume.
Override your brain, huh?
No. Actually, I had Triple G like the perfect example for passing the eye test because he does well against anybody put in front of him. You know?
Wingy.
Okay, well, I got a top 10, but that's going to confuse things. So I'll go from 5 upwards. Number 5, we have Vladimir Klitschko, long reigning champion. Put some respect on his name. Whoever you've thrown at Klitschko, he's beaten, except Fury. Therefore, number 4, Tyson Fury. He beat the man. Nobody else could do it. Whether you like the fight or not, he come up with a game plan. Well, Peter come up with a game plan and he done it. So number 4, Tyson Fury. Number 3, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. In my opinion, he beat Timothy Bradley 3 times. Multiple weight champion. He has the skills. He still looked good in this last fight. Number 3, Manny Pacquiao. Number 2, Sergey Kovalev. Regardless, it's Sergey Kovalev. Dominant, strong, and he can box. Number 1, Andre Ward. How many rounds has Andre Ward lost in his career? You can't name him because he's lost none.
Because I ain't watched him.
So number 5, Vladimir Klitschko. Number 4, Tyson Fury. Number 3, Manny Pacquiao. Number 2, Sergey Kovalev. Number 1, Andre Ward.
All right, I want a little help from you guys. Is Sean Porter, in your eyes, a better fighter than Daniel Gill?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you agree. All right then.
So Nez, number 5.
I'm gonna go with Carl Frampton.
Okay.
Number 5.
I'm gonna go with Andre Ward.
Wait. Number 1 through 5 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frampton, Ward.
Number 3,
Thurman.
Number 2,
Garcia.
Oh.
Number 1.
Nah, I'm kidding, man.
Oh.
I was influenced to not put Garcia on my list by the callers.
But I am, because technically I could debate it. So I'm going with Frampton.
Can you give your numbers?
Yeah, Frampton, Thurman. No. It's Thurman, Frampton. Because Thurman done less than Frampton. Frampton done more than Thurman. Danny done more than Frampton. Ward done more than Danny. Jesus. And then whatever. Who else you want to? I mean,
Nez, do you want to do it like this? Yeah. Right. Your number 5 is
Thurman.
Your number 4 is
Frampton.
Your number 3 is
Ward.
Your number 2 is
Pacquiao.
And your number 1.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Man, you got a casual list, man.
It's not even active. All right, there you go. Right, that's Nez's done. I haven't included Floyd because he's not active, but my other ones in there. Number 11, I had Vasyl Lomachenko. Number 10, Rigondeaux. Number 9, Terence Crawford. Number 8, Keith Thurman. Number 7, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Number 6, Golovkin.
My real list was Floyd, Lara, Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, Carl Frampton, and my sixth man was Keith Thurman.
So has your man added all this up then, just for the consistency?
Why you change it then? Listen, wait, I gotta change mine because.
Oh, don't change it, Nez, man. This is going to be a mess for the listeners, man.
No, I forgot Crawford. So we got to take Floyd out. We got to take Floyd. Floyd's inactive. It's Pacquiao, Crawford. Then it's Garcia. Then it's Frampton. Then it's Thurman. You got it?
You totally changed the order around, bro.
All right. So going backwards again for you. Thurman, Frampton, Ward, Crawford, Pacquiao.
Okay, has your man got that down?
Alex on the chat.
Alex on chat. Let me do mine too. If you can see this. Boom.
Yes, sir. I got it.
He got it.
Alex, did you get mine in casuals, yeah?
Let me give mine officially.
I got them all. I got all three.
No. You didn't get mine because I switched mine because I had Triple G as number one. Yeah, I did. I did have Triple G over number one because I felt bad. So mine is Keith Thurman. See, all right. Carl Frampton, Manny, Terrence, Lara, Floyd. But I wanted to get rid of Floyd, so I added Triple G on top instead of Floyd.
All right.
Sorry to mix you all up.
Time to go.
So Ward is the number one pound for pound.
Bruce. So Bruce, are you pleased with the results?
Hell yeah, you better be.
Yeah, man, it was a great show. Great show.
But I mean, pleased with the results in terms of the list.
Alex has got to give the final tally from 5 to 1.
But it didn't change. I mean, remember, those are the names. Alex, what's the final?
Nah, it had to change because he had Triple G and Kovalev tied.
Yo, listen, the three of us had names that weren't even on the list, man. They didn't make it to the top 5. So we didn't affect it, believe me. But go ahead, Alex.
Check this out. I got number 1 is Ward. And the tie for number 2 and number 3 is Triple G and Kovalev. Yeah. Then you got Pacquiao, and then you got Crawford. That's it, top 5.
Dead or alive, but they're alive. London on the chat, thanks for helping us out. Bruce, now that you have your list, you agree with that top 5 or not?
Yeah, that's a good top 5. I wish Danny was in it, though.
He's going to have to do some more. But you see, we pushed out the hipsters, Roman Gonzalez, and Triple G didn't even make it.
I was just about to say, Nez, we are casual. Where is Gonzalez?
Yo, no Triple G, no Golovkin, no HBO fucking bias or propaganda.
They're going to call us casual, Nez.
Yeah, but Triple G was still tied in second.
He didn't make it to the list. What are you talking about?
We are casual.
Yo, I have the list right here. Triple G and Kovalev made the list.
Yeah, they both did. But not Roman.
No, Roman didn't. He was knocked off.
And I just want to point out, Nez, no Kell Brook in my whole top 11.
And no Kell Brook mentioned at all by any caller.
But by me, I'm supposed to be Mr. Biased. Told you I could do it.
But you had Lee Selby on your top 10 somewhere.
No, I didn't. Stop making shit up, casual.
You scratched them off.
Wingy. Nobody picked Kell Brook.
Y'all getting it next, boy.
Nobody.
Chocolate brownies. Yeah, that's what y'all getting. Chocolate brownies.
Nez, you know why they call me Wingy? Because I know 5 years of Wing Chun. I'm coming over to New Jersey. We're getting it on, brother.
Nobody picked him at all.
Tyson Fury. Lineal.
And he didn't even make the list. That goes to show again. What have you done for me lately? Casual, we need that sound bite. Georgie, we need that sound bite. Where my shooters?
I am one with the people. I am one with the people.
Boxing voice is racist. Where's Tyson Fury?
What, a sound bite for Tyson?
Yeah, it's racist. Where's Tyson, man?
We got a soundbite for Tyson.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Oh, Monster Pieces loving that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to an end, and this was another on-demand show brought to you by one of your very own loyal listeners. So become a loyal listener. Tune in. Share the show.
Hit that like.
Hit that thumbs up button. Post this on your Facebook wall. And, hey.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Exactly. Why not?
Social media.
That's right.
At UKWC Student. Speak to me on Twitter. I'm on there all the time.
All the time.
Wingy Boxing on YouTube. Go there, subscribe. Casual. Tell them, brother.
Yeah, you can see me real quick. See me on Instagram at Fight Talk, FIGHT TALK at Fight Talk. That is on my IG, and then my Twitter, TBV_casual_fan.
Great show, fellas.
And you can catch me at NestGTO on Twitter and on Instagram for these games. Just started my meal prepping. Check this kid's seasoning skills. I know. I'm nice. The chef.
Using adobo.
Are we giving him a show tomorrow as well, Ness?
Well, if you guys are available.
What day is it? Thursday tomorrow. Thursday.
If you're available, there is a show that needs to be talked about. There's actually one more on-demand show to do, but I need to do some booking of some good strength and conditioning coaches for my good friend MK. And that being said, make sure you share this. And we're going to go ahead and check out, right?
Corned beef sandwich, here we go.
I just saw a rumor on Instagram.
What did it
Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao. Psych Vargas versus Manny Pacquiao.
No.
Oh, no. Oh.
We all knew that, didn't we?
Yo, casual, but on the real though.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, see you later.